people. I apologize if my dogs are barking. They're being
Okay,
crazy
it's all right.
today.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're live. Okay. Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody.
I'm sorry that we're late, but we had a few things to talk about, and I appreciate you all being patient. The one thing that I want to say before we start is that I would ask everybody in the chat to please be respectful to our panel guests, and please, mods, do not delete people, hide people, put people in timeout, or delete their comments unless something is really vile or racial. I want everyone to be able to say what they want, but again, mods, also I'm going to ask you to very politely to refrain from anything disrespectful as well. Okay? All right. So we have, of course, you see we have Marissa is here and Tiffany is here, as well as Wendy's here, because Wendy's always here. For the people in the back row who keep asking me who Wendy is, she's my co-host.
Who is she? Who is that loudmouth?
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Wendy is my co-host, and it says it on all my thumbnails, Diane and Wendy, Diane and Wendy. Okay. All right. But I just thought I needed to go over that again. All right. So the reason that we're here, obviously, is for resolution, and it's not just so much for the case of what happened in New Orleans, but I did call it, part 2 of New Orleans, because there is still things that are not meshing, not adding up, and we want to definitely get to the bottom of it. We had some things that happened that some people or a person that we hoped that would be here, but we feel as though, even though she spoke with us very openly about some things on the phone, that she maybe was told not to come. And that's the feeling that I got, because she was very open, but we'll get to that. Actually, it was going to be the dancer. She was going to actually be here, but, and we thought it was important because some of the inconsistencies also go along with what the dancer said as opposed to what the narrative says on the police report. Now, the last time we were here, when Tiffany came up, she brought with her the papers from the court. Now, there wasn't a lot on there, but it certainly came from the court. And what it said was pretty much what this police report is saying in the narrative of what happened. In that narrative from the court, it did say that Marissa was a suspect that took the money. In the narrative, it also says that. But there are still some things that are a little off and a little strange, because both women said that they were not in a female strip club. Rick's, where they're claiming that the money was stolen from, is a female strip club, not a male strip club. Now, the story went originally that Marissa wanted to take Tiffany to a male strip club. And you have to say to yourself, why would two women want to go to a female strip club, right? I mean, you might want to go there maybe with your husband or something, but for fun. But two women typically on the town are not going to go to a female strip club. They're going to go to maybe a male strip club. And so this is where the story starts. All right. So with the permission of both Marissa and Tiffany, I would like to share with you at least, Wendy wants more than just a narrative for a reason, but I'll let her explain that. But I'm going to let you know what the narrative is on the actual police report. This is not from the court. This is actually the police report that was written up after Marissa and Tiffany were arrested. We are still, by the way, I know everybody's hoping for a video tonight. Unfortunately, getting the video takes a little longer than people expect. The video from the actual club requires a subpoena, and we are working on that. The other video that is going to be obtained, which is already a request has already been put in. You can be the jury. Well, if the chat wants to be the jury, they can. The request for the cam the police cam, the body cam. No video yet, but we're getting it. I mean, these things take time and it takes legal action. Tiffany put in the request for the body cam from the police officer, which would show, any kind of tap, pat down or anything like that, that would go along with the story of money being handed over or confiscated. So, and to see if they were frisked. All right. So we're going to get that. So there might be a part 3 to this. But the way I see it is this way. Either Tiffany and Marissa completely lost their memory and they were in Rex, and it can only come out 2 ways, that Marissa is going to show up on this camera from Rex, or she's not. So could mistaken identity happen? Absolutely. Would that mean that both women were arrested falsely? Absolutely. Would that mean that there could be repercussions for the police department? Absolutely. Could Tiffany get her charge dropped? Because Tiffany was charged with theft. Even though it says that both of them, it says that Marissa is the one that committed the theft, but it was Tiffany who pleaded no contest to a theft and
No,
had
not to a theft, Diane. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's it was not theft, it was possession of stolen things.
Okay, well, they changed it because on the police report it says theft, plain out. So
Right.
you pleaded down, in other words. Okay.
Diane,
right.
they're asking if you can slow the chat, hun.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going that fast.
Okay.
Not at this point. It's
All right.
not going that fast. There's 525 people watching, but I don't think there's 529 people in the chat. It's not going fast at all.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, mods, let us know if we need to do that.
Yeah, when it gets up to like, 700, which I don't know if it's going to, I don't think it needs to be slowed down. I think it's fine.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, bye, Crown Royal. Have a nice night. You don't have to announce your disgust and stomp off in a huff. You can just go. It's all right. Bye.
Well, yeah, okay. Just don't respond to them. Just
sorry. I'm just playing around.
No, I know.
It's lighthearted.
I know. If someone is being like, look, if someone just wants to say something that's ridiculous, let them. I just don't want people saying things that are disrespectful to the panel guests. I don't want anyone throwing tomatoes. I don't want it to turn into that. I'm trying to have resolution here. And that's also, by the way, for Marissa and Tiffany, because there was a long period of time that Marissa and Tiffany had no contact, but recently they have. Okay, they've actually spoken. So I thought it would be a good idea for, even though maybe people didn't think it was a good idea for Marissa to come up here, I thought it was a great idea for Marissa to be on the same panel with Tiffany, because this is your thing. This is your jam. You're a life coach. So why not get together with the woman that, came down to see you at a meet and greet and say, listen, you know what? Because we didn't talk all that time, this is why I said, because the police told me that you're the person who, stole and not me. So I walked out of there thinking that you were the thief. And that's why I said the things that I said. And I know that you guys talked.
I reached out to her about 5 days ago in London, different time zones, and I realized that her number was in my phone. And I said, "Is this Tiffany?" And she said, "Who wants to know?"
No Tiffany Aki. Goodbye.
Are you okay? It's Marissa. Is it okay if I call you? And she said, yeah. And when we spoke, my perception of the conversation is, I said, I'm not mad. I do apologize that we should have talked earlier. But I think that people have to understand that when I did walk out of that courtroom, I did try to, I knew that she wasn't there. I knew she had left with her husband and her son. And when I called her once, she didn't pick up the phone. She was driving. I called her again. She didn't pick up the phone. And then I was just like, oh my God. So here I am going off with this magistrate told me, and, by him saying, Your friend was on the video, but he never showed me the video. She had came back and said to me, "Oh my God, there's like a video." And then this bailiff stopped us and said, "Hey, you guys can't talk in here. Go outside." Maybe, yeah, my bad. I should have went outside and talked to her. But I really thought that I was next. I thought they were gonna call me next. So
Yeah.
I sat down. I waited, and did go outside, and she had taken off, and I didn't get mad or anything like that, but I was just like, I'll just call her later after I plead guilty. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I was planning to plead guilty. I was, just so that he
Why?
didn't have to. Why? Because I wanted to walk out of there without having to hire a $2,000 attorney and
Okay. So
have
just to get it over with,
oh yeah,
pay whatever the fine was and get out of there
and the
and
thing
go home.
is I really thought that it was public intoxication, and then it was stole a lap dance. Because when I walked out, I had this paperwork and it said theft bond 500. Now, I
Oh, I
when
did
I
see that
when we
paperwork, by the way. I just want
yeah,
everyone to
you
know.
have total permission to show it if you want. Absolutely. Because it's my paperwork, it's my possession, and I gave it to you.
Hey, Marissa, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Are you able to be any louder, or can we turn her up?
We can't, there's no more control room.
Oh,
She needs
dang.
to be
Okay.
louder.
Okay.
I'll
I know
talk
you're not
louder.
feeling well, Marissa, so if you can't do it, you can't do it. But
No, I'll talk louder.
there you go. Thanks, hon.
All right, is better? All right. I really did. He said, "Tell me what happened." I said, "I really thought it was public intoxication at first." And then she said, "Do you know why we're here? It's for stealing a lap dance." And the girls that were in the cell block with us were like, "How the hell do you steal a lap dance?" And there was this crazy bitch in there who was in the orange, like we went, orange is the new black, and she was just nuts. And she was like, "Yo, bitch has been set up," and she made us feel kind of stupid, and she was belligerent, and we saw some, you know. There was a man like flogging his log, in the. It was a really tough night for both of us. When we walked out and got that paperwork, it said theft. And I did start crying. And I remember Tiffany saying, "Oh my God, you're right." And I'm like, "It really says theft." I go, "Look at this. Oh my God." I go, "I hate the Saints. I'm never coming back here." I said that as we were leaving. Then they gave me my purse back, my phone, my that necklace that I was wearing. And what's funny is they gave me back my wedding rings, and it was all intact. And there was a very nice $20 bill, as if it was a brand new bill that was returned to me. And we called the Uber. So when I saw that paperwork as theft, like I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I also didn't call my husband. I didn't tell my husband. And, you know, when we got back, I did have her paperwork. Hers was with mine. I grabbed it. We went to a room. It was sitting on, the nightstand. I had it. I did go over to her room to see if she wanted to get something to eat, and she looked completely, out of it. Like, she was just like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And like, I was like, "Do you want to get something to eat?" And she's like, "Hell no." And she's like, "I'll never come back here again." I said, "No, no, listen, seriously." I was like, "I've been here so many times that like I've never had any problems. The people are really nice here. The food is outrageous." I go, "I don't know what happened." I go, "This is the craziest thing ever." Now, I I knew that, we had to be there Monday at 11 a.m. It was Monday 11 a.m. She was supposed to go home on Sunday. I was leaving Tuesday. So I was like, shit, I'm still going to go to the Saints game. I'm still going to, do my meet and greet. And when I went out to lunch, I ate something that was just bad with this brown sauce on it. Just made me sick. I was very ill at the meet and greet. And luckily, the people that were there supplied me with some stuff to, kind of get rid of my tummy ache. And I was all right. I did confide in Imad and Barbie that, "Oh my God, me and Tiffany got arrested last night." And they were like, "What? For what?" And I go, "For stealing a lap dance." So you have to remember that the whole time, me and Tiffany were convinced that we were going to the court for stealing a lap dance, and we were thinking, and I remember saying something like, that fucking guy, that fucking prick, like that. And she said, you saw me go to the ATM, didn't you? And I said, no, I didn't. Like, I wasn't watching. But what I do remember is talking to a bridal party. A bridal party does go to male strip clubs. I've always, I know that for a fact. I remember going up to the bartenders. I did talk to him. It was very loud. I gave the girl a $20 tip for 2 drinks, and I paid for them. I had the receipt. I gave her a $20 tip, and that's a lot for them. I don't know if you guys know anything about New Orleans, but it's a very poor place. It's hand to mouth kind of place. There's no middle class there. You're either poor or you're loaded. I don't know. It's tough. And the thing is, another thing is, I'm hoping that if you haven't been to New Orleans, that you don't have a negative connotation of the city just because of what happened to me and Tiffany. Because
Are you kidding? I'm never, ever going to go there, ever.
No,
Are you kidding? This has been the worst commercial for New Orleans that I've ever heard.
I know, but
I'm never going there.
Oh no, Wendy, you're going with me.
Oh hell!
Yeah,
It's ladies' night from the jail at New Orleans.
Yeah, ladies' night. Yes, ladies' night in New Orleans. We're going. I'm getting you the fishbowl. We're going to go do the lap dances.
Yeah, you can.
We're going to reenact the whole thing.
Yeah, we're going to reenact the whole thing.
Okay. I get to be Marissa. I'm going to life coach from the bar. I'm going to grope the strippers.
I don't know how she heard me with that loud ass music, and she poured those drinks pretty quick. But no, she said, "Oh my God, thank you. I love you so much. I could give you a hug." And like, that was really, I guess maybe I could have blocked a couple things out, but you definitely don't forget.
That was going to be my question, Marissa. Is it possible at all? Is it possible? Because, and here's the thing. I know everybody, wants a resolution tonight, and they want us to, produce the video tonight and have everything handled. This isn't like a made-for-TV movie. This is life.
And it's also not the O.J. Simpson trial. And thank God Tiffany wasn't charged with murder. Thank God we,
Yeah, and this is like their life. These are life events that happen to them. So we have to have this unfold the way that it's unfolding. We're going to do everything we can to get, whatever evidence we can get. But
have you ever thought of the fact that, it sucks that this happened? Yeah, fine.
Of course,
yeah. Shot, but how about Tiffany? Has this on her record. She doesn't want it. She doesn't deserve it.
Exactly.
But imagine it was so much worse. Imagine they planted drugs on us.
Mm-hmm. This could have been a lot worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I was able to put it out of my mind and say, forget it. And, a lot of people made a big deal about it. And the way I have a very positive mind. I took it as, you know what? Now I know what it's like to lose my freedom. I'll never do that again. I will never, ever do anything like this again, where I'm drinking to a point where I'm in handcuffs for no friggin' reason. I didn't see Tiffany get pulled over to a wall and get handcuffed.
Okay, so that was going to be my question. That was going to be my question. Is it possible at all, in any scenario whatsoever, that the two of you guys were so drunk that you just don't remember being maybe a little sloppy, maybe handling her bag and then putting it down, like, oh, this is a cute bag, and then putting it down?
I was never around a female stripper. No, that's not possible.
Okay, so no, none of that is possible.
I never saw a stripper that was a girl. No, it was just the two guys, the black dude and then the gay guy.
Okay.
The girls that I saw were at the bar and then the bridal, and they were cool, like they were laughing and stuff, and that's why I was talking to them. But no, I'm not someone that would go. Now this is the thing. I wouldn't, like I've said prior, I can't imagine Tiffany doing this. Now, I never said, and I don't want Tiffany to say the same of me. I don't want anyone to say, well, Marissa's my friend, she would never do this. I will never ever say no one's capable of anything, because I mean, we watch people who are married and then they kill their spouse, and then the next day everyone says, well, we never thought that they could ever be, we don't know what anyone's capable of. So anyone thinking that I'm capable of stealing money, I agree with you. Am I capable? Absolutely. Did I? Absolutely not. It was my first night in New Orleans. It was her first time in New Orleans. Now just think.
Well,
if
and you
we
guys weren't
left that-
exactly friends. You guys, I wouldn't
No,
call you
we
guys
were
friends
just
anyway.
getting
You were just
acquainted.
acquaintances that were meeting up
And we went
for
and
like a
got
meet
some
and greet.
dinner because she
You didn't
was
really know each
by
other.
herself. And I went over to her room to say hello. And no, she wasn't in party mode at all. I looked like I was. And I said, well, let's go grab something to eat. And I started talking to her. And we were just around the block from Bourbon Street. And since she had never been there, that's why I was just like, oh my God, let me let her see like how fun and crazy it is, because it really is crazy. Now you have to remember that this is almost the playoffs. And the Saints were very close to going to the Super Bowl. And I am a Saints fan, and that's why I chose that weekend to go. So I'm a Saints fan. So I've been going there for years. I never had any issues whatsoever. I've been down there with Princess, my husband, girlfriends, by myself, different gay guys. I go always, it's always different. I've never had an issue. Now, when we went to dinner, we had to have finished dinner by around 10:45. And then we kind of just walked around and la 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 la. Like there was no looking for trouble. There wasn't. There was nothing to have been expected. And it's my fault for saying, hey, have you ever gotten a lap dance by a guy before? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh my God, let's go do it. I thought that it would be fun. Obviously, if I would have known the outcome, I would not have done that. I probably, if I could do this all over again, which I can't, I never, ever on Christmas would have booked that ticket to New Orleans, because that planning of the New Orleans trip for the meet and greet and having other people come down for that has been nothing but a bad idea. So I can't change it. I just have to live with it. So
Okay.
I need to interrupt. I need to interrupt for a second. I need to interrupt.
All right.
Someone made a point well, there was 2 points that I wanted to address. Ash said, strippers don't leave their purses out if they have money in it. I would have to agree. That's one of the questions that I did, ask her. And she said, well, yeah, I'm kind of new to this and I left my purse out and other dancers told me that I need to put it in my locker. So that was her answer to that. But again, the questions that I wanted to ask her when she came on panel tonight was, I wanted to ask her simple things like, well, how big is your purse? And how do you put your singles in there? Because most of them are singles, or you can get a 5 or 10, I guess even a 20, but how do you put them in there? Do you actually put them in rolls? She's claiming, and the report, which we're going to get to, everybody just be patient. It says rolls. So, who does that? Who puts their money in rolls? And how do you know exactly how much you have, $250, unless you're counting it after every table dance? So those are the things that I wanted to ask her. And to be truthful with you, I wanted her up on panel to see if she would recognize the 2 women that she claims stole her money.
Okay, so and doesn't it seem weird to anybody else that it was 250 even? Hey, Vinny G, thank you.
Thank you, Vinny.
That it was $250 even with all those singles. Wouldn't it be like $253? Doesn't that seem weird that it was $250 even? That seems weird. That number seems odd to me.
I was told it was 9.
Well, we'll get to the report, because the report says something different than both you guys have said, which is odd. The report says something different than what both you guys said. So we're going to get to that report. We've also, we can tell you when we spoke with the dancer, she did identify you guys. She did. We sent her a picture of both of you. She said, yep, those are the two ladies. Like, she totally identified you. Now, in hindsight, was that a mistake? Should we not have done that? I don't know. Like, it was so, like I said, it was so quick and we didn't know that she was even going to answer any of our questions anyway. So we just kind of were going off the top of our head and just, just trying to get information from her. She did say she was going to be here. She did promise to come, but like Diane said, somebody
Got
must
to her.
have gotten to her, because she has now quickly changed her mind and now does not want to be part of this. I can't imagine why.
Well, she said she had other priorities and it's not going to help get her money back. That's what she said to me. So, that's pretty much how she blew the whole thing off.
You know what?
Yeah.
I would have given her $250 to prove that I stole her money. In fact, I would have doubled it. I will give you $500 for you to prove. Go to your manager, get that video, do what you need to do to get that video, and show me or my friend stealing your money, and I will give you $500. But that didn't happen. You want to know why? Because I was never in there, and neither was Tiffany. We were not looking for trouble. And I'm going to stick up for Tiffany because I was friggin' with her, and I was not there to get her in trouble. I had no idea that she was in handcuffs until she started yelling, Marissa, we're getting arrested. I had a cop in front of me. I couldn't see it. I didn't see her getting arrested. There was a cop talking to me. No cop pulled money out of my chest. They didn't do anything. All of a sudden, they just kept asking me these weird questions. I was like, what are you talking about? Nothing happened. What are you talking about? Nothing happened. What's going on? What's going on? I kept asking, wait a second. And then all of a sudden, they put the handcuffs on me. I think, now I remember this. I know that you guys are going to laugh. But the officer's name was Betcher. I kept calling him Belcher. Officer Belcher.
Dear.
And he kept getting annoyed by that.
Way to make friends, Molly.
Exactly. I kept saying, but Officer Belcher, you don't understand. I come here every year. I remember saying, you don't understand. I'm a Saints fan. I come here every year. Like, oh my God, what do you do? I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I go, everything's fine. Now, the thing is when I got my money back when they left us, there was a $20 bill there. Why didn't they take that $20 out of my purse?
I was just going to ask you that. Why
Isn't
would
that
they hand you a $20 bill when that supposedly is money that you stole? Shouldn't that go back to her?
You would think.
That doesn't make sense either. This whole thing is so crazy weird to me. Okay, so Marissa, I have to ask you an uncomfortable question, and you're not going to like it, so please don't be mad. But I need to ask you because probably a good 75% of the chat is asking it. They would like to know if you would be willing to apologize to Tiffany for dragging her and calling her a thief and saying unkind things about her. And here's the thing. In your defense, I will say that's the information you were given. So I get why you thought that, right?
I actually called her and I apologized to her privately.
She did.
And I said that I'm sorry that I got you into this mess. And I said that
Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
You did call me and you did apologize. And I do accept your apology. And that's why I said I wish we would have communicated sooner, and why before any video was put out there on any type of platform, so you and I could have privately figured this out by ourselves, because I know and I
didn't have a choice, Tiffany. I didn't have a choice, Tiffany. Everyone was posting our mugshots. Everyone was talking about it. And I remember talking to John Crimes and Barbie and, even Frankie and about it. And everyone was like, what the hell happened down there? And when the thing is what I apologize for is we were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And maybe I should have just let you get your rest and not taking you to Bourbon Street.
Well, we can't change the
Well,
I
past.
can't.
and I
So
think what people
I
are
don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I had to defend myself because everyone was jumping the gun. Everyone was saying that I stole $500, and they only found Tiffany's name because I posted the picture of her with the fishbowl and me with the cup.
Mhm.
I can't handle a fishbowl. I never could. I have a really weak stomach. I have a very, very weak stomach. That's how they identified her. I did not say her last name. Okay? When I left there, I was very, very confused. And I was angry. Here I am with, it was dismissed. So, for me, it dismissed. I was like, all right, well, whatever. But the thing is I saw her in front of the judge and, she left. And I think what bothered me and ticked me off was the fact that she didn't pick up the phone. And one of the text messages she sent me was she said, why don't we both go home, get some rest, and we'll talk
yes,
when we have our head cleared.
Mhm.
And that never happened. That never happened. And it
no.
was because of the jury of YouTube where everybody's guilty. Because if we were all in a real courtroom right now, the judge would tell us all to get the fuck out of here. All of us. And you know it. And they say nothing makes sense. And no, and this is, thank God they didn't put drugs on her or me.
Mhm.
Thank God.
Yeah.
None of us got hurt. Thank God. None of us were inappropriately touched. Thank God it's not worse. I mean, I'm trying to look at the positive of that. And I did apologize to her. And I also said to her, if there's any way I can get my husband involved to help you. He's not in the Army anymore. He's not an investigator anymore with the Army. If there's any way, I will ask him. And she said, don't worry, but I have, people, on my side down here that can help me.
And I said,
If
I appreciate your offer, though.
And I
So
did.
I
I
still
mean, I
do.
didn't know that this was haunting her like this. I had no idea.
Well, I think that people are aside from the incident, which was traumatic enough. Aside from the incident, I think people are bothered, and I see in the chat people are still bothered. And there's only so many times you can apologize, and if the two of you have decided to, forgive and move on, then it's none of my business. I don't care, because it's this is your relationship, not mine.
It is.
But
And it's
people
our
are.
business. It's
It
our
is your business,
Yeah.
right? It's how you guys decide to move forward from here is between the two of you. I think
Right.
people are concerned because you did, drag her. You did drag her parenting. You did, you were kind of horrible to her, and so I think they want to know that that's been resolved and you've apologized for that.
I have.
Okay.
And you want to know something? It's all because the court told me that not the court, the magistrate, there's an older guy with salt and pepper hair, said, your friend was on video stealing $9 out of a girl's purse. I wasn't told that it was a stripper's purse, that it was a girl's purse. I thought this whole time that it was a girl that was a patron. That I didn't know about any of this stripper girl
Me
because we
either.
were not at Rick's. And
Well,
another
mine was.
thing,
I was told drinks. So you were
yeah,
told.
and she was told that I didn't pay for the drinks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys were both told very different things, and then the actual police report, as we've already looked at, has totally different information as well. So we're going to get to that. Tiffany, how are you feeling then about, maybe you could put the chat, I don't know if you can see the chat, but maybe you can put their mind at ease. They're very concerned that you were, spoken poorly of, that your parenting was brought into question. How are you feeling about all of that now?
Well, I appreciate their concern, and yes, it's hurtful, but I did accept her apology, and I do think she's truly sorry for the things that she said. I think she was backed into a corner and just misspoke or spoke too prematurely.
Just came out swinging, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She was thinking about defending herself and wasn't thinking about necessarily me, which I understand. I mean,
Well, and
I don't understand, but
a good way to defend herself is to discredit you. I mean, we all know that. That's definitely a way that we defend ourselves sometimes, is discredit the person, either accusing us or on the other side of that. So maybe
I didn't know her.
Right. So maybe that's what you were doing.
I only knew her for a few hours.
Right.
We only
So
spent 2
Tiffany,
hours together.
so I just want to make sure that you know, have your chance to say what you need to say about those things, because the chat is concerned. And so you know me,
And
guys,
it's none of
I'm
their fucking business. It's not their fucking business.
All right, wait.
To
Can
judge
we,
me.
all right.
They're not here to fucking judge me. I was judged in front of the fucking
All right,
court.
Marissa, calm
Molly.
down.
Marissa,
Calm
you're right. You're right. And I'm not judging
It
you
is
on,
true. I know. So
I'm
who
not
the
judging
fuck
you on
am
the,
I?
I'm not
Because it's
judging you.
easier to be a fucking follower than a leader, right? Then get your fucking ass up on panel and tell me what a fucking horrible person I am. Get your fucking ass up here and be a fucking leader. Because there's 4 fucking people talking and trying to be not judgmental and trying to find a fucking resolution. But y'all want to fucking sit there and say Molly this, Molly that for fucking months, no matter what I fucking do. Anytime I do fucking good, I keep it a fucking secret. I don't fucking boast about it. I try to do the right fucking thing. Okay? Here I am fucking publicly apologizing to this fucking girl, and I'm getting my cell phone saying, get off of there. The chat is fucking bashing you left and right. I don't deserve that. Okay? I am a mother as well. I am a fucking wife. I am a friggin' life coach. I work my fucking ass off. And I get fucking killed for it. You just want to fucking kill me over and over for it. And I don't know why.
Well, let me help.
I said I was sorry. I shouldn't have been there. It's over.
Okay, wait, listen.
I'm done with this shit.
All right.
Okay, Marissa, it's okay. You're right, Marissa. I hear what you're saying. Listen. This isn't about the event itself, because the event itself is weird. Like, we can't even really fully explain what happened. That's not what this is about.
Tell your fucking minions to shut the fuck
all right,
up.
Marissa, there goes my F-bomb rule out the window.
I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm mad.
She's mad, Diane. It's okay. Listen.
I know.
Okay,
but
listen. Can I just let me finish?
If I can't express myself, then I just have to fucking hang up.
No.
You can express yourself, and I'm glad that you were able to apologize. I'm glad that you did that. And that's all I think people needed to know, that Tiffany has forgiven you, and you guys have moved past those things. And that's what people were questioning. That's all. They're not even talking about the incident.
They have no business questioning us. We talked about it. I spoke to Diane. I came on. Everyone's telling me not to come on. People telling me now to get off. Do you want me to just get off? Ask the chat. Do they want me to fucking just leave? Because I'll leave.
No.
And I'll go to sleep.
All right. Hold on.
I don't want you to leave. No.
Hold on.
Diane, let me finish.
No,
please.
Let me finish. Let me say something. Marissa, we agreed that you will come on because we want to have a resolution. I want you here because we want to read the report. We want to show, because from the last time we were here, we only had one little portion from the court. We want to show what is going on. We want to try to come to some conclusion until we can get the video, because like I said, there's only 2 ways this can go. You were there, you did steal the money, or you weren't, and this whole thing is a hoax. As far as the chat, I did ask the chat in the beginning of this live stream to try to please be respectful. I understand that people don't like Marissa. There's people that don't like me. Marissa and I have talked offline about the fact that people were saying, that I was butting in. Let me address that. To the people who said that I'm butting in and this is none of my business. Once something becomes public, like this arrest did, Marissa said it on her channel at the time, like she stated. She didn't know who Tiffany really was. 6 months later, Tiffany comes to me. I didn't go to her. She came to me and asked for my platform. And now the story began to move forward. So to the people saying that I'm butting in, it's none of my business, it became my business when Tiffany, who was part of this equation, came to me for a platform and for help. So now we were able to get both of these women together. I don't know what everyone expects. You can still have your opinion, how you feel about Marissa. You can have your opinions, how you feel about me. I've had some people saying some really stupid things about I'm butting in and I should keep my nose out of this, or they're going to do certain things. Go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do, but keep in mind that if you're going to do things to slander me, and do crazy things, to try to get into my community, into my real life, take those consequences and just keep that in mind that it won't end well for you. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. So
Don't take it personally. Trust me.
I
I
know,
get it every single fucking
I know,
day, Diane.
but I,
Every fucking day. Never take anything personally. Never fucking day. You know
no, but when
what?
it
It
comes, no,
doesn't
but
matter if
Marissa,
they know what traffic stoplight are. They're never gonna do anything to
I know, but
you.
Marissa, I don't like threats made to me that they're going to go into
Neither
my
do I.
community.
I'm like, bring it. I'll give you my address. Come on in. Knock on the fucking door. Let's rock.
All right,
You
so
know?
let's try to calm down, Marissa. Let's try to
Shit.
calm down now.
I'm really tired of these people thinking that
Because we,
like they have some sort of fucking say, like they really are on a jury. I was
all right, but you have to
already
realize this is
in
the
court.
Marissa.
Already in court.
Marissa,
Well,
this is
here, but Marissa, I think that, because I think people are just wanting to make sure that that part of it has been resolved between the two of you, because it was, you put it out there, all of this stuff about her. And so
It was
I
a
think
long
that's
time ago.
okay. And you apologized, and that part is over.
And it's over.
Right. And that part
It
is
is,
over. And
absolutely.
Tiffany has
And I
forgiven
told
you.
her I would help her any way that I possibly could.
Right. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Yes.
Okay.
And I thank you for accepting my apology, Tiffany. And I'm sorry that it went this way and that this has been bothersome for you. And I didn't know. I didn't know that this was hindering your life, because it wasn't, it wasn't at the top of the surface with mine, the surface of mine. It really wasn't. It wasn't. And I did put it out of my mind for a very long time. Like, I was just like, oh my, here I was making jokes about it, like I was about to sell a mug with my mug shot on it. I mean, that's ridiculous. And here it is making a joke when who knows. Imagine if I sold the mug with my mug shot on it. Imagine if Tiffany found that insulting. you know Now the thing is someone else, another person, went on YouTube and said was Marissa Zininsky was arrested with Tiffany G. They put her name. That was not me. I never said her last name. I would never have done that no matter how mad I was. I never wanted that to do that. People use my real last name, but the thing is there's so many videos about me that they're counterintuitive at this point. So it would take someone investigating me 25 years to look through all the junk, YouTube videos that are out there of me, but not for Tiffany. If someone Googles Tiffany's name, it's gonna she's got a last name like mine, where it's not that common, our married last names.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's Googling her for a job or out of curiosity, there's gonna be something popping up that says, oh, she was arrested, and it's gonna show her mugshot, and they're gonna be like, what? Whereas for me, there's gonna be so much that people just keep like, oh my God, this is, ridiculous. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but for her, that's why I said, I'll offer you help. I'll offer you help because I know that this is bothering you. I feel like I owe her that explanation, and that needs to be explained to the audience and to you and Diane as well. And that's probably what Tiffany was feeling, that she was easily searchable. And if you put in her name, too much of her personal information comes up.
Right. Yes.
Someone could literally go to her house right now if they wanted to.
Right.
That is not okay.
It's not. It's not okay.
It's not.
It's not okay for people to have an opinion about her that isn't true. It's not okay for people to have an opinion about you that isn't true, or me or Diane or anybody.
I'm used to it, and it's sad. It's a very sad thing to get used to it, but I've been doing this for like almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. It does not bother me, but at this point, when people are just like, oh, this, like, you listen, I'm doing really good things with my life, and right now the one good thing that I'm trying to do with my life is to try to help a girl that I possibly put in danger in some way, shape, or form by inviting her out for dinner. Maybe that's where it started. Do you get what I mean? That's where the wheels were grinding, and we just ended up at the wrong place, the wrong time. What I really believe is, I don't know if it's really a setup. I'm leaning towards, because my mother and sister said, I think you guys were set up. And then I'm thinking now that it was a case of mistaken identity, only because, and I know Diane is probably going to bring up this recording, but Alicia, Diane, and I were on a three-way, and we called Rick's, and a science girl said, hey, I got a question, y'all. She said, can two girls come in there together? And they said, no. And then she goes, oh, two girls, me and my girlfriend can't come in there together to this, titty bar? And she's like, no. And then she goes, well, it depends on, like, what the night is like. That's what she said. Diane can say, yeah, that's what she said. And then they changed it. And she said, she goes, but wait a second. It depends on the night and how slow it was. Now, remember, we were on a Friday night right before a Saints game. The place was packed. New Orleans is, everything's sold out. Everything's blah, 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 blah. They would not have let us into Rick's. And Science Girl recorded it. Diane heard it. And then the story changes. Diane wrote on the website, hey, can me and my girlfriend come in there? And they said yes. But guess what? Right now, as of yesterday, it's not Saint season. It's not playoff season. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I was not in a strip bar with any naked girls. I don't know if they were in bikinis, if they do naked down there. I remember the stripper was a gay guy, and I remember the black dude.
Okay, I also asked Marissa how she paid for things down in New Orleans, if she put it on her credit card. She told me where she paid for things. So I said, if you have everything on your credit card for everything that you paid for down there, and there's no Ricks on there, and the same goes for Tiffany. Tiffany said, you did say you had receipts of where you took money out. You took money out of the ATM machine at Hunk Oasis. Whatever you paid for would be on your credit card. If you have no bills on your credit card at Rick's, then that would be odd that you would be there and not even have a drink or spend any money there. So, and there is, by the way, a $10, because I did contact Rick's on Facebook to find out, can you go in there without an escort? They said yes. Then I said, what is the cover charge? There's a $10 cover charge. So there is a cover charge. All right. So now, I think we need to move on and get to the actual police report.
Okay.
Now, remember, everyone, and if you don't remember, you can go back to the last time we were live about this with Tiffany. She brought a court document. I asked her to get a court document to see what that court document said. The court document said that it was Marissa who took the money. Okay. Yeah. So now we have the report. We're going to show it on screen, but I'm going to, I'm going to read it, what it says. Let me present you.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Hopefully you guys can see this. I'll try to make it as big as I can.
Okay. Yeah, she redacted information out of there.
I tried to get everything I could.
Okay. So I don't know if everyone can read this, if you want to read it yourself, but I'll read it. Okay. So basically, it says on Saturday, January 12th, let's say Officer Betcher, while manning Unit 9803 of the 8th District, was flagged down by Rick's manager, Bellflower, under a signal 67 theft. Manager Bellflower stated the following. He stated that on 1/12/19, he was on duty of Rick's Cabaret at Bourbon Street. He stated he was alerted by his dancer that she had set her purse down on the table to perform a lap dance. He stated dancer informed him after she finished her lap dance, she discovered her $250 in U.S. currency, various bills, was missing from her purse. This is why we wanted to talk to the stripper, and that's why we did. And of course, you know, we had different answers.
And again, the $250 seems weird to me. Why would it be just that round number? Like, if you're a dancer, you're getting paid in singles a lot.
Right. And I
just think it's very odd that that's the number that they landed on. That's weird
well,
to me.
because I feel like if she's going to say that her money was stolen, she's going to go for a big number, or the biggest number she can go for the amount of time that she might have been there. I mean, why not say $1,000? I mean, look, I'm not a stripper. I don't know how much they make. I don't know how much they make in this club. I don't know anything about this club. But anyway, that's what she said. And that's why I wanted to ask her, do you just throw your money into a small purse? Because it is a small purse. Do you throw it in there? Do you wrap it up and roll it up into bills with $9, with $26? I just didn't get the whole thing, and that's why I really wanted to ask her more questions. All right.
Yeah.
So the manager stated he reviewed the club's security footage and observed two middle-aged white females standing next to the small table where a dancer set her purse on. The manager stated he observed arrested subject number one, middle-aged white female with long blonde hair and a large white and collar necklace, dressed in black clothing, later identified as Marissa. Pick up the purse while dancer had her back turned away from the purse. Suspect then removed a roll of cash and handed it to suspect two, middle-aged white female with brown hair, which would be Tiffany, who placed the money in her bra. Okay.
Okay. So if you guys are saying that you were never in this club.
Swear on my life.
So how would they know what clothes you were wearing?
Well, because this is the police report, and this is the reason why.
Look at the date on the police report.
The police report was written
This is
after they were arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you. Okay.
So-
Thank you.
Wasn't
That
there,
answers that question.
You weren't there. I swear to God, weren't there.
Okay. No, that's good. Thank you. I'm going to ask questions as I get them because, you know, this is confusing to me. So please, educate me. Tell me what, explain that. I'm glad you answered that. Okay. Keep going, Diane. Sorry.
So here's what I thought. Because the police report was written after they were arrested, of course they knew what they were wearing. Right?
Right. Yeah. If this report was written after they were arrested, then yes, of course. That makes sense.
All right. So I got up to the part where, so Tiffany placed the money in her bra. Then manager Belfer stated the footage then showed open dancer purse a second time, open, well, I don't know, purse the second time and remove. Okay, so what they're saying is that Marissa went in to the purse a second time and removed another roll of bills and placed the money in her bra.
And this is the first time we're hearing this.
Right.
Before, it was only one time, and it was like $26 or whatever. Now, it's a second time, and it's now both of their bras now have money, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So,
see how this is totally different? This is totally different than what they were both told.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Crazy. So then manager Belfer stated the two suspects were falling down drunk and were removed from the bar before he became aware at 339 Bourbon Street that the two women he described were in the bar. Manager Belfer located the two white females in the 800 block of Conti Street and requested his security summon the police. So what he's saying is they left there, okay? They went up the street to another place.
Yep.
And they were at that bar that we talked about before, where you bought the drinks. The bartender there was this manager's wife. Okay? Okay, so upon being flagged down by security officer, Betcher relocated to the 800 block of Bourbon Street, where manager Belfer pointed out the thieves. Officer Betcher and Officer Matt Hone stopped the suspects. Officer Betcher arrested both subjects for violation of 1721, blah, 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 theft. Officer Betcher asked the subjects, where was the money? At which time subject produced $26
That's
on
Tiffany.
Tiffany with $1 bills, U.S. currency, from her left bra. Both subjects were placed in handcuffs, double locked, and transported to the 8th District Station by Officers McCone and Officer Ryan Cashmore to be booked. Officer Chantrell Johnson searched the subjects and located $9 in $1 bills. So now, what they're saying is that some of the money was handed to them, and the rest of the money, $9, was confiscated. So it was taken from her left bra. So that would mean that what? He put his hand down her bra? Doesn't that
seem
ever
weird?
happen?
That
Yeah,
seems weird to me.
that does seem weird to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then Officer Betcher documented the club security footage with his BWC. Officer Betcher observed the arrested subjects open victim purse and take money from the purse. Officer Betcher observed the suspects place the money in their bras. Now he's saying they both put the money in their bras. Okay, so the dancer stated she did not give the two subjects her permission to take her money. Dancer stated to Officer Betcher she was missing $250. Officer Betcher returned $26 to the dancer. So here's the other thing that we were talking about privately. So if there was $250 stolen out of her bag, that would mean that Marissa and Tiffany, once they walked out of Rick's, would have had to spend the remainder of that $250 somewhere walking up that street. So that would mean that they would have what? Had to drink $250 away, or 200 and something dollars away, or they stopped in little shops and bought things. They walked up the block and they went to this bar and she bought 2 drinks and she paid for it and she gave a $20 tip. So that's why this is important.
And I showed you my bank statements. I gave you 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
So I definitely know that you bought 2 drinks, and gave a $20 tip in the bar where they spotted you and where you walked out of where you got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was
you
never
weren't.
in Rick's. We were never.
Yeah, they weren't arrested outside of Rick's. Okay, so if this happened, why weren't they arrested outside of Rick's? You know what I mean? Why did it take them so long? And why did he have to why did he contact that bar? How did he know that they would be at that bar? There's many other bars. Just crazy. All right, so then they were obviously transported to be booked, and they were both booked. Officer Belcher placed $9 on the books as evidence. That's what was put on the books as evidence, is $9. Not 250, $9.
And
So
they
my
didn't even
testimony from the beginning about this $9 is true. This is what the court magistrate told me. So ever since day one, me saying $9, I've just been vindicated that I was told it was $9, not 28, not 250, not a million. And another thing I want to bring up is my own friends have said things, and I know maybe it's crossing people's minds, and I think Wendy's going to agree with me when I say this, and so will you and Tiffany, Diane. A lot of people might say, well, Marissa wouldn't do that. I mean, look at the way she travels and buys, expensive purses. Well, guess what? I don't want anyone to think that just because, I earn a good living or whatever, that I'm incapable of stealing, because there are people that are lawyers, doctors, actresses, millionaires that are addicted to stealing. Everybody, and at all walks of life. Some
right.
people don't even need it and they do it for the thrill of it. I would never go to New Orleans. We weren't even out that long. And
Right.
I don't know if Tiffany remembers, but Tiffany, that was a pretty quick night until
Yes,
we got
it
arrested.
was. Yes.
I mean, it happened, Wendy, Diane, it happened so fast.
And we did not get kicked out of any place for
No.
falling down being drunk.
No. And that's what, you know what's funny is Science Girl said to me, she goes, Marissa, I got a question for you. I said, what? She goes, did you have any confrontation? Did you and Tiffany have any confrontation on Bourbon Street at all with anybody or inside anywhere? And I said, oh, God, absolutely not. I go, it's New Orleans. Everybody's happy and nice. Everyone was nice. Tiffany was having a good time. Tiffany was having the time that she should have been having, that I expected her to have, until that shriek, Marissa, we're being arrested. Like, I would never, and the thing is, it's fine. You don't have to believe me, but you have to understand that it's hand to mouth down in New Orleans in that service industry. We were getting little drinks here and there by little there's like these girls that stand outside right on the street and they sell these nasty little sugary shooter bombs. They look like you know when you were in biology or chemicals, like a chemical glass, and you do the shot right there. They sell them right on the street, and they come up to you and they say, "Oh, do you want them? Do you want to buy these?" And the thing is you feel so bad for them. So I have multiple charges of $20. There's like two different charges of like $20. I remember getting us these little shooters of these nasty sugary shots. And we took a picture with this African American girl, and they're gross. They're the nastiest. It's like sugar.
People are calling them test tube shots.
Yes, test tube shots.
Yeah.
We had those, but I only did them because I didn't want to say no to the girls. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's sad down there. You could see them, like, they're very poor down there. You know, they're very poor, and you know, here I am walking with my big breasts out. You know, I stand out down there. I really do. Had I went out, and I've thought about this, if I would have went out in my pajamas and some flip-flops, I would have been fine. But no, I got to wear a nice shirt, some diesel boots, and, you know, that sparkly diamondy necklace. You know what I mean? And I had a YSL bag on me.
And I can't recall how many stops you got for your boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, as we're walking.
Well, that's why I tried to tell you. If anybody asks you if I'm a fucking hooker, if anybody offers to see my tits, no.
Okay, let's just clarify.
Yeah, you know what, Molly? Because I have a bone to pick with you about that. Because you gave me so much shit for making fun of you for that. You gave me so much shit for making fun of you for that, girl. Now tell the story. Did you really say that to her?
I told her as soon as we walked out of the restaurant, I said, listen, I'm about to take you to Bourbon Street. And I told Alicia this. And she was laughing. She was like, I gotcha. I said, listen, when we get there, there's going to be a ton of dudes trying to whip, what do you call it at us? Guys are going to come up. They're going to assume that I'm a hooker or an escort. They're going to offer me money to see my tits. Everyone's going to want to see my tits, and they're going to offer us cocaine. No. The answer is no. I was trying to prep her, and I remember telling that to Science Girl, and she's like, no, I know how it is. But the thing is, it's the way that I looked. So if I was wearing pajamas, then it doesn't look like, you know, not that I would wear pajamas, but you can always pick out they know how to pick out tourists. Okay. I was just in Paris, and, you know, they know it. Everywhere you go, in any tourist, there's always scam artists. There's always drug dealers, no matter where you go. I just wanted to prep her for what Bourbon Street was. Now, the thing is Bourbon Street is only one strip block of strip clubs, restaurants, gift shops, bars, and live bands. But it's only one block. It's in the French Quarter. The French Quarter is actually very, very classy. But the Bourbon Street where I took her is like dirty and gross, and it's just no, it's shady. It's the shady thing. But there's a lot of police there. I've never gotten in trouble there. You know, I've been there with Princess. I mean, I could provide tons of pictures, which nobody cares about, of all the times that I've been in New Orleans. Never had any problems. All I tried to do was prep her. But yes, I did say that. And she was probably like freaked out that I said, yeah, if anybody offers us coke, no. Oh, we're not coke heads. We're not strippers. We're not hookers.
All right, then I accept your apology for the way you trashed me for saying that.
When did I trash you? I don't even remember.
I know you don't. It's all right.
It's all right. No, because I don't remember.
All right. So let's get back to the report.
All right, back to the report.
Let's get back to the report in the situation.
Does it seem weird on this report that they documented falling down drunk? Why not just say inebriated?
Yeah.
Like I am expecting a professional report.
Exactly. Me
That
too.
falling down drunk is not professional terms.
Mm-mm.
You know, how about inebriated? How about blood alcohol level? How about, something like that? Why falling down drunk? Doesn't that seem odd to anybody?
Yeah, they didn't even take their, they didn't do that. They didn't test their,
Right. I mean, maybe they tripped. I mean, that doesn't necessarily, I don't know. This whole thing seems so sketchy. This seems sketchy to me.
If
And
she
that's
would have
why
hurt herself, I would have gotten her back to the hotel.
Well, yeah.
And that's why that's why we are getting the video. We're getting the police cam. We're getting the video.
Well, we're going to try. We're going to try to get all those things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't promise.
No, we're getting it. We're getting it. It's already being worked on.
All right.
It's already being worked on.
I just don't want to make promises we can't keep.
No, well, look, I've already said that
We're trying.
Tiffany has already contacted
Yeah.
what she needs to contact for the body cam, which she will be able to get. The other thing is a little more difficult because you need a subpoena and you need an attorney, but that's already, going on behind the scenes, and we don't need to, bring up and mention how we're getting that, but it is going to be, it is going to happen.
Yes.
It's going to cost money because you have to
Lori, no, we haven't seen the video yet. We're still trying to get it. Tiffany, people in the chat are very concerned that you're not talking. Can you say some words, please? Please let everybody know you're still alive, that you haven't fallen asleep, you don't need help, anything.
I guess, am I really quiet?
Yes, you're not saying anything, and people are very concerned that you're not talking.
No, I'm agreeing, and I'm talking. Maybe.
Okay, say that more often then. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe say that more often, girl. People are nervous. They want to make sure you're okay.
All right, so my point is, with
I was just listening to what Diane was reading.
Right.
Sorry.
I know. That's all right. I'm just, I represent the chat.
My whole point with this whole report, again, I have to go back to the fact that it was Marissa, they're claiming, was the person who committed the theft, that she handed money over to Tiffany. But yet, when it came to court time, Tiffany had to plead no contest. And of course, whatever the charges were dropped, she paid a fine. But she has a charge. She has an actual charge. I don't understand how Tiffany got a charge if she's not the one that was caught on camera taking the money. And Molly, you didn't get anything. You're saying you didn't get any kind of a charge at all.
No, I got no charge at all. No, he dismissed it.
Okay, so that's the part that's really confusing to me, because
He said he was confused as well. He did say he was confused. He said, "Tell me what happened." And I told him, "I thought we were here for, I thought I was here for public intoxication, but then in the jail, my friend said that we were there for stealing a lap dance." And then he showed me what he had, and he said, "I don't get it. I don't know why I'm doing this. Just go. I don't want to see one. I don't ever want to see your face again. I'm dismissing it." He goes, "I just go get out of here. I don't want to see your face again." And he said, "The Saints saved you." Now the thing is I was wearing a zip up thing that had a Saints emblem, and I had so it was obvious that I was a Saints fan.
And your hat was Saints too, I think.
Yeah, I had a hat too.
So could it possibly have been that they just wanted to get a charge out of this arrest, and because it was, Tiffany decided that she would, instead of saying, "No, I'm not pleading anything, I'm going to get an attorney and I'm going to come back on Monday and we're going to, take this to a bench trial in front of a judge, and I want to see the video and prove that I wasn't even there." did they just want to have a charge out of this arrest? Because that's how I'm not a cop. I don't know any cops personally, but I'm pretty sure when cops arrest someone, they want someone to be charged out of that. I don't know.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I remember specifically. I didn't know who this girl was at the time, but there was a girl named Science Girl who was making videos, and she made a video about this, and she said, I had never spoken to the girl. I never knew Alicia, and she said, I don't even know why they were in the nastiest part of New Orleans, which is Bourbon Street. I never go there. She goes, number one, she goes, I don't know why they even let Molly Golightly go when the city is so hard up for money. He goes, I don't get that. He goes, and the thing is they'll get you for anything down there, from what I've heard. It's because the city's hurting for money. And yeah, I
Okay,
don't know why. And I want you to
Marissa,
plead guilty.
people
And
are
Tiffany knows
asking
that.
Marissa about the fixer. Do you want to address what that is and what that means? Is that real?
I never
What
used
is
the
that?
word fixer. As soon as I got to the meet and greet, Tiffany accompanied me to the meet and greet. Um, when we sat down, about maybe a half an hour after, um, I had a really bad stomach ache, and Jomana and Ahmad were there, and he had made a phone call and told one of his surgeons to come to the W Hotel restaurant, and that his friend had some digestive problems and nausea. So he basically came with a bag, and it had Imodium and Pepto Bismol and Zantac and all this. I mean, he bought the whole store, and everybody was laughing. So she said, Jomana said, and this is the first time I ever met her. She said, "Hey, come outside with me right now. Come on, I want to talk to you." I said, "Sure." She goes, "Come smoke a Capri with me." I said, "All right, let's go." I didn't smoke the car thing, and as soon as we got outside, I said, "Oh my God, Jomana!" And she goes, "What? What's the matter?" And I go, "Me and Tiffany got arrested last night." And she goes, "Shut the fuck up. Ew. No, you didn't, liar." And I went, "I did. I was in jail for like a few hours." And she goes, "No." And then Imad came out and goes, "Babe, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Imad, get over here." And she flicked her cigarette and she said, "Imad, Marissa got arrested last night. She was in jail." And he goes, "In jail for what?" And I go, "For stealing a lap dance." And he goes, "How the hell you steal a lap dance?" And she goes, "I know, right?" So all of a sudden his friend comes out, and I forgot his name. He was a doctor, or no, someone that worked for Imad. Imad
Is there a
has
TV on or something in the background? Somebody? Can you turn that off? Whoever has the TV going?
That might be me.
Okay, thanks, hon.
Okay.
Thank you.
and
Right.
then
Sorry.
so Jomana had said, "Hey, you gotta do me a favor." He goes, "I need you," because he lived in New Orleans. He goes, "I need you to do me a favor." He goes, "They're supposed to be at a court at 11 o'clock. No, listen to me. Go pick up my friend, take them to the court, and settle this. Pay the fines, do whatever. Make sure you pick them up and bring them, and make sure everything's okay." Now, Tiffany left the meet and greet early. She said that she didn't feel good. She wanted to go up to her room. We all said goodbye to her. And then she sent me a text and said, "Oh my God, I left my autograph picture downstairs." There was a girl that was sitting there that was kind of trying to take her autograph picture. Do you remember the African American girl that was sitting across next to Imad?
Yeah.
She was trying to take your picture. On that picture that I wrote, I wrote it to you.
Clinker sister.
My
Yeah.
Clink sister. That's
yeah.
what I did. I wrote that.
I saw that.
She saw, yeah, and she I was wondering why and I kind of pulled it away from her. I'm like, Felicia, no. I'm gonna get this to Tiffany. Like, yeah. So then everything ended, and that girl, that specific girl, she said her name was Darian. I didn't know her. I didn't recognize her. She was very quiet, but she stayed for a long time. So me, Imad, and Jomana saw the rest of the people kind of go one by one, and then this one girl would not leave. So we were just like, all right, legit, we're going to Harrah's and you're coming with us. We're going to go gamble. So I was like, all right. They were like, go change. So I went up and I changed. And the girl took off in an Uber. I went over to Harrah's with the cleaner, who was just someone, a very nice gentleman who worked for Imad and Imad, Jomana, and they met up with a couple of surgeons. And we all went, and Imad threw down money and said, sit down. And he was like, gamble this, gamble this. I was like, oh my God. And I kept saying, why are you guys being like so nice to me? I just couldn't understand it. I thought that Imad and Jomana were from another planet because they were so nice to us. He took care of the bill, everything. I tried to give them my card to take care of everyone's drinks, everyone's food, and everything like that. And Imad had already taken it. I'd taken care of it. We did stay out for about an hour and a half. And I spoke to the guy and I said, hey, don't worry about Monday at 11. I said, it's fine. It's fine. And he goes, oh, I know. And then Jomana goes, no, you better be there. Imad, tell him he better be there.
Wait a minute, Marissa, I need to interrupt you. This person, who is this person that lives in New Orleans?
Oh, I don't even remember his name. He was
okay, but wait a minute. They wanted him to go down to the court to
escort us to the court, make sure that we were okay, and pay the fines. And
but what?
we were
But
okay.
who? But I know. But who is he? Like,
he's an employee of Imad. I
Okay.
don't know what kind of employee. I never knew what Imad did until months after that. Because I never asked. I never asked for a very long time on our friendship. I never asked questions ever.
He told me what he.
Okay, so how do you know? How do you know?
What did he tell you, Tiffany?
He told me that he works well. I mean, he told me what he does, what his business is,
okay,
and that he could help me because of my back surgeries. And I said I would agree to exchange my information, and he said hold off on a surgery. I said okay. He was very, very friendly.
What do you mean help you with your surgeries? What do you mean?
Because he was for an implant. He didn't want me to get the specific implant that they're going to give me. Because for medical devices.
Okay, so
that's
this
what
employee
Imad does. You know
okay,
that, right?
So this employee of Imad's is the quote fixer or the cleaner or whoever.
Well,
that's who that
Tiffany
is.
Called him, yes.
Right, but no, see, this is where I just kind of want to explain real quick where our story differs a little bit, because where I got the cleaner and the fixer was when Molly, when you came to my door on Sunday morning and you were, stumbling and, like bent over, like were just coming in from drinking. And you remember what you told me, what that police officer said?
Yes.
And that freaked me,
They remembered us.
And wait, what did the police officer say?
I ran into a police officer and I asked the question. I said, hey, I was accused the other night of theft. And they said of stealing a lap dance. And he goes, and it was a he, or maybe it was a she. I think it was a she. Did I tell you it was a she? Because
no, it was a male.
It was?
Male. Yeah, you said it was a young male.
They said, are you Tiffany? They said, are you Tiffany? And I said, no. Like that. I go, but I was with her. And they said, yeah, just plead guilty, pay the fine, and you can get out of here. And I did tell Tiffany that.
Yeah.
But that was from the cop.
Right. And then you said, but don't worry, Barbie and Imad said that they're sending a guy, and you said like a fixer, like a cleaner, and I was like a fixer, like a cleaner, and we were like kind of saying it back and forth, but we're like, you know what I mean. And I was like, really?
And what is it that he was supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? If he works in the medical field, how is he supposed to help your legal case? I'm sorry.
I don't think he was about to help our legal case. What I think he was ordered to do by Jomana was
to pay,
bring us there, pay for it, and make sure that we got back safely.
Oh,
That
I
was her
see.
concern.
I see. Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
she was completely grossed out to find out that we were in jail. She
Yeah.
kept saying that's the most disgusting thing in the world.
Okay.
And how do you steal a lap dance? That's what happened.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, this whole thing is getting crazy to me. I just have to say this. So,
This is like a movie. I'm telling you, this is
so
crazy.
this person who was supposed to go and help and pay fines, and he lives down in New Orleans, right?
I'll be right. I'll be right
Mhm.
back, Diane. I got to go for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, so how do we know who this guy has connections with? How do we know that he didn't go down there and say, listen, this person, Marissa, blah, 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 I'm here to pay whatever, whatever fines there is, whatever there is, and maybe we can take care of this. And he just totally didn't say anything about.
I never gave him my name. I didn't have his
No,
number either.
but they know your name.
Sure.
But
I just
Iman
met them, yeah.
Iman and Barbie know your name.
So
So
you
how do we
think
know
that
he didn't use connections and get you off
and not
and
Tiffany?
Yeah.
not me?
Maybe he didn't know my name. Maybe
Oh,
he just.
come on. All right, that's
No,
digging a little bit.
wait, Marissa, I have to throw shit out.
All right, well
Only
then
because I
let's
have
throw
to.
that theory out. Okay.
I'm
Let's throw
only throwing
the
it out
theory out.
as a
Sure.
theory.
Fine.
I'm only throwing it out as a theory. I have no proof of that. I'm just throwing it out as a theory. Look, it was brought
And
up.
now people are gonna run with that one.
No. I'm just
Now
throwing
people
it.
are gonna blame Ahmad and
No,
Jomana.
that's not what I'm saying.
But that's how people are gonna take it and run.
No.
So thanks.
What I'm saying is because it is still questionable why you aren't charged with something when the paperwork says that you are the person who went into the bag 2 times and handed the money to Tiffany. That's what's driving me crazy.
But
Is
what should drive you crazy is everything before that we talked about. What bag?
well,
We
yeah,
were not
everything.
around a female stripper.
I know. I'm saying everything is suspect to me. This whole thing is suspect to me. This whole police report is suspect to me.
I don't believe. Well, the guy, I'll tell you what, the guy never came or texted me or contacted me, asked for any of my information. He blew it off. Ahmad didn't give it any life. It was Jomana had said it that night. She didn't keep up with it. I talked to her on Sunday. I talked to her on Monday, and that was it. Like it was. I told her what happened. I told her. I said
Like
she
maybe was
fled
it
and she
drunk
left.
talk or something?
What?
Like maybe like drunk talk, like how you make plans when you're drunk and you never have
Maybe
any
maybe
intention of
yes, we were
going.
drinking.
Yeah.
Yes, we were
Right.
definitely drinking. And me and Jomana were always in places where it was very loud, but she
Mm-hmm.
likes to smoke her capris. And when she does it, she hides from Emad usually, and then he looks for her and catches her smoking. Is like, babe, stop smoking, and she's like, stop, leave me alone. So she wanted this guy to what do you call it? And I kept saying, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Did I think that he might show up? When I realized that it was so far fetched by, you know, Sunday. I mean, my whole thing is I woke up, got ready, got my Uber. I didn't call anybody. I just did what I needed to do. I'm an adult. I could take care of myself, you know? And the thing is my intention when I got there, all right, why are people telling me to get off?
what?
Okay. I'm getting a lot of texts telling me to get off.
I don't know. I don't know why people are telling. That's your friend.
18 texts. 18 now.
Are they
Oh
your
my.
friends telling you to get off? I don't think that we're
Yeah.
treating you unfairly. Are we treating you unfairly here?
I don't know. They're saying I can't anymore. Please get off there. I'm losing it. I can't believe this. Look at the fucking digging into. Now they're gonna go after Imad. You need to get off.
No, we're not going. Listen, I asked a legit question.
The
You're the
chat
one.
is mostly saying that you were set up. They don't think the police story or the stripper story makes sense. Okay, so I'm not getting totally I'm getting mixed text messages from different people. I don't think that I don't care honestly with these texts. I already said what I had to say to your chat, and I made it pretty friggin' clear. But this cleaner dude is very minuscule to everything. He did not
Okay,
show up.
but
He
Marissa,
didn't make it a priority.
Marissa, I had every right to bring it up
You
as a
can, yeah, you
theory.
can ask the question, but
Yeah, I have every right to ask
well,
that
then
question because
why don't you reach out to Joman and see if you could find out this
no,
guy's name and bring him on the panel?
no, that's
Why
see,
not?
no,
Why
that,
not though? You can do that. You could do that, right?
but I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because I just threw it out as a theory
As a
because
theory,
because you
uh-huh.
brought it up. Both of you brought up this fixer and cleaner nonsense. I didn't. This is
It's
not my
nonsense.
story. This
And the
is
thing is guess what? I thought it was nonsense too. I said, you know what? I just want to get the hell out of here. And I had an intention of never coming back. But after I saw that it was dismissed and I really thought about it, the Saints won. I was just like, this whole thing is just fucking crazy. I've never been in trouble like that in my whole life. Okay. Now I was just in Amsterdam where there's crazy wild things going on over there. There's crazy wild things going on in Prague. I didn't have any problems. Things going on in London. I don't have any problems with theft, not paying for drinks, getting people in trouble, bar fights. There's nothing like that going on in my life. And then this thing happens, and it's like the OJ Simpson, like I'm Jodi Arias, basically. You get what I'm saying?
well.
And she's
This is
the she's the Travis Alexander. I don't know. I didn't kill anybody. And there's a lot of theories that could be thrown out, Diane, but the guy didn't follow through with what Jomano wanted.
okay.
And
I
I don't
don't know
think
who
he's
the
even
guy is.
thinking about it.
Listen, I don't know who the guy is. I don't know his
I
name,
don't know who the guy is either.
and I didn't say anybody's name, and I didn't accuse
I don't
anyone of
know his
doing
name to
anything.
give you, to be honest with you. That's why I said, if you really want to know, call Jomano.
No, I don't want to because all I brought up was a theory because you were
I don't believe anybody did any favors
okay.
for me.
All right,
I
so
don't.
that's fine. I just brought it up because you were in charge and Tiffany was. And it's just odd to me that you were in charge and Tiffany was. That's all I'm saying. What could there be a possibility? Could there be a possibility?
Well,
I
I was
don't know
thinking, how could two people be charged for the same crime? I was told that there was one crime of $9. How can you charge two people for the same crime? Do you get what I'm saying? My husband,
because one pleads guilty and then the other one doesn't have to. That's how.
that's exactly what happened. Now, my
I
husband had
I did
said,
not plead guilty.
No contest.
okay,
Okay,
all
because
right.
that's what you were offered to do. You weren't
Yes,
offered
because
not guilty.
yes, the court clerk, when I told him, I said I'm not pleading guilty for something I didn't do. I said so, and I am having surgery, so I can't come back, and not guilty. And he says, okay, then this is what you're going to do: is plead no contest, and we can drop it down to saying that you were in possession of stolen items, because he said, and he looked monitor, and he's like, yes, for the drinks totaling $8, and that's what he told me.
The drinks were $8
$8?
Drinks total
for
in
drinks.
drinks, yes, that's. But like I said, on the ticket, it says right down below, it says 800 block of bourbon. I think he looked at the 800 and just said $8 and made up some
I
bullshit.
think that the police and the court were the ones that were drunk. To be honest with you, because I'm really, really, really confused with all this crap. And the other thing that really shocked me is when Tiffany sent me this paperwork, because I saw with my own eyes her standing there, and the judge said $100 fine with $25 court cost. I was going to pay that for her when we both left. But then I saw her paperwork and it was over $200, and I was like,
Yes,
wait,
and that's
what?
what the agreement was between me and the court clerk, to drop it to 220, or 225, and that was it. And he said, can you pay it today? And I said, yes, I can. And then when I went up to the magistrate, he asked me the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I
So
never got to ask you all of that because I didn't know all that. I wasn't allowed to sit with Tiffany when she was with the magistrate. And when I sat with the magistrate, she was already gone.
Marissa, he's not the magistrate. He was the court clerk. The magistrate then there was the type lady recorder, and then there was the magistrate. He was in the black. He had all white hair and a beard. So, because you were in line to see the court clerk, and he was supposed to tell you and go over your charges.
Wait, is the magistrate the judge?
Yes, that's what they call a judge.
Then I wasn't in front of the magistrate. I was just in front of the clerk.
Oh, you never went in front of the. He never went in front of. You never went in front of the judge?
No, just the clerk. It was the clerk.
See, that doesn't make any sense. I had to go.
The magistrate was next to the court because
it was
where you checked in. The guy
he's the court clerk. Yes, he's the court clerk.
The court clerk is the one that dismissed me. I never went up to the judge ever. If that's the magistrate. Well, then
he's the magistrate's the judge. Yep.
Okay. Well, I never talked to him. It was only the clerk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I swear on my kid. I swear on my kid.
That's crazy. Why would they have me go in front of both? Well, I guess if yours got dismissed, then you don't go and
Jenny.
Why didn't I go? My other question is, why wasn't I called right after you?
Yeah.
And that's what I expected.
Yeah.
Because you
pleaded
no contest. Because you pleaded no contest, and that was it.
And that's probably why they let me go. And I was going to say, guilty. Just give me the charge so I can get out of here.
Yeah, we both were like, if that's the best thing to do, was just get out of there.
Yes, I agree. That was what we had talked about. And she didn't know that. I never told her that I was going to pay for her fine, too. I didn't tell her that. I was just going to, I guess I thought it'd be a nice surprise.
Well,
she left.
Well, I did what the judge told me to do. Go pay my fine and get the hell out of there and never come back.
I did what the court clerk told me, get out. He said that he didn't understand it. That's what he said.
Well, so then I should have been called back in and we should have gone over it, together, I guess. But that didn't happen.
Well, now thinking back to, because of what the situation is, Tiffany, if you had known that did you realize at the moment that you were pleading no contest that you were going to have something on your record?
No.
Okay. So now that you know that you have something on your record, you pleaded no contest. Pleading no contest to a lesser charge, being in possession of stolen goods, is the same thing really as pleading guilty. It's just a lesser, charge. The theft goes down to being in possession of. So if you had it to do all over again and go back to that moment, would you have pleaded no contest? Because technically no contest is guilty. You are pleading guilty. It's just a different terminology.
And I don't know that. No one explained to me that. That was another thing. When I called the city prosecutor's office, they told me that I saw the city prosecutor. We never saw.
No, we didn't.
Any counsel showed up at the courtroom.
Nobody talked to us.
No one knows what the left hand and the right. They don't know what they're doing.
No. And they told me, wait 4 days to get your exoneration papers. I remember thinking, exoneration? And I never followed up on it. Now, one of the things that my husband mentioned was maybe they let you guys out instead of keeping you there till Monday because they had her on video. He goes, and number one, they're supposed to give you your Miranda rights. And he goes, they never told you what you were being arrested for. He goes, I have a problem with that.
In the car they did on the way back. They told us what it was. They said theft. That's all they told us was theft.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you were crying and upset, and the driver, he told me to calm you down, and he was being serious, and then he told me, he said theft, and I said, of what? And he said, I can't tell you about it. You'll learn about it when the more processing. And then I said, Marissa, they said theft. And that's when we were like, what could we have stolen?
I was freaking out.
Yes.
When I saw when they tried to take the picture of me and I saw the thing where they do your fingerprints, I lost it. I was like, you guys are not serious. No way. I can't even. And I remember a couple of them laughing about it. They were laughing about it. And I was like, no. And they're like, ma'am, you have to take this picture. And I'm like, I can't. I was freaking out. I don't know if Tiffany saw it, but I was freaking out. And that's why my mugshot came out as, brilliant as it did. Because I was crying. I was freaking out. I've never been in that position before, ever. And I always thought, like in the movies, like it would be the ink on your fingers and you have the ink. No, it was all digital. I was like, no, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. And then we're in this cell block, a real cell block. And it's not like, the bars where they clink and, like in the movies. It's not like that. It's like this big white thing with a toilet and all these random girls come in. We had a girl there with tattoo on her face and she walked in, grabbed a bench and just went to sleep like nothing. And all these girls were pouring in. And I'm like, oh my God, for all different things. Everything
and the
was
reason
different.
and the reason we were supposed to be arraigned that morning. However, the magistrate canceled the 11 o'clock arraignment on Saturday. So he postponed it till Monday. So we were supposed to see the magistrate or judge. That's interchangeable.
Wow, my phone is blowing off. All right. Well,
what?
All right.
I don't understand.
I just got a text from someone in LA. They are mocking you. Get off. I'm on your side, sweetheart.
They're mocking you, Molly.
That's what it
Are we
says.
mocking
what?
you?
I wonder if
Marissa,
they might be
these
talking.
Are low life assholes. Get away from them. They are major fuckers, and you can't tell them I said this. I don't know who you are.
Are we not having
Molly,
a cordial conversation? Are we not having a cordial
know.
conversation?
I'm trying to have a cordial conversation, but I don't. I think that they're talking about the chat.
I think they're talking about the chat too.
Yeah,
I can't imagine they're
the
talking
chat.
about Diane and I.
No,
and
I don't. No, because
yeah.
if I felt like all three of you were being rude or condescending, I would stand up for myself. But the chat can go. Tell them it's me. I'm fine. I don't know who you are, girl. They're coming into the business line.
She doesn't have your number saved. Whoever's texting her, she doesn't know who you are.
They're texting the business line.
Oh,
and
okay.
Only their numbers come up. But this is someone in LA.
Well, as long as it's not the lady who has a daughter in Bluebell.
No. I don't even remember who that was, to be quite honest with you.
Well, you said it was a patron. So
yeah, and I have a lot of patrons and they say a lot of things.
Well, yeah.
And like I told you, I gave it no life.
All right.
So
no,
you
I know, but I know you didn't give it any life.
Because I know that you take things very, very personally.
No,
Diane.
well, Molly,
don't take things personally. There are people that don't like me, and I take it with a grain of salt. There are people that don't like you. You got to take it with a grain of salt. You're not going to get away skid-free. There are people that love me too,
Listen,
Diane.
I've been on YouTube for a year. I've been doxxed.
Okay, I've been doing it a little bit longer, but people love me too, Diane. Okay,
I know.
They love me too, and they care about me too.
I know.
What the hell is going on?
It can't just be. Let's be fair. This can't be all. You're the Mother Teresa and I'm the Medusa. No, it can't be like that. You can't expect people not to, be protective and love me when I've done a lot.
I didn't say that.
No one's
You've
saying
never given me credit for the good things that I have done. You've only judged me for the things that are questionable and the things that you're questioning me about right now. That you don't.
What am I questioning you about?
You're questioning where I was, what I was doing, what is possible, who is this person? You're putting me on a trial of YouTube.
No, all I said.
Morons in the chat.
No, all I said.
And you're getting off on it. You're making
Marissa, I'm not even paying attention to the chat. I'm trying to concentrate.
You're getting attention and all this because you're
No, I said
fucking-
I'm not
you're
paying
fucking with
attention.
me. And I'm trying to be respectful of you, but you don't understand that people love me too.
Marissa, listen, you're the one who brought up that you were getting a million texts. All I said was, I hope it's not
And
the
they're
woman
telling me to
who has
get
a
off.
daughter in Bluebell who wants to go into my real life.
Yeah, and guess what? They do it to me all the time. They go into my real life. They do it to everyone. And you got to get used to it, or you got to just jump off.
I am used to it, but I
then
have
don't
done
bring it up now.
well.
Don't bring it up.
But you
now.
brought up that you're getting texts to get off because we're not treating you fairly, and I believe that we are treating you fairly.
All right, that is true. That is true. But you have to understand that your other people that support and love me, okay? And I know that you guys know that I have helped many, many women on this forum, on this platform, and they love and adore me. They are going to feel protective of me. They don't want you guys to use me and to abuse me and to have your people and your followers say these horrible things about me. I'm Jake's mother. You know, you don't have any kids. When you have kids, you develop a certain love and kindness that comes along with it, with an empathy. And I have that. Now, this shit that people make up with me of me is gonna follow me. I could get hit by a car tomorrow and die, but guess what? Does my YouTube reputation go away? No. 5 years from now, Jake can still say, you know, my mom's been dead for 5 years, and people are still talking about what a horrible person my mom was and how my mom stole $9 from a stripper with no proof.
Marissa, tell
It'll
your
live
people,
on forever.
tell
Go
your
ahead,
people
go ahead.
that they're welcome to come in here and rally for you. They're not being blocked. We're not blocking people for supporting you in the chat. We're not really blocking anybody. We're trying to let people have, you know,
Well,
say
they were already blocked a week ago when you brought Tiffany on. They
No,
were already blocked.
no,
They were
that's
already
not
thrown
let
out.
me know who they are and we'll unblock them then,
Yeah.
because we don't
They
block
were
people for
already
no
blocked.
reason.
I went through the block list, and there are very few new people blocked. So I've got Laura accusing me of blocking all her people. That's not true.
We really don't block. I'm telling you.
They
No.
kept
So
coming in and saying, Marissa, I tried to ask this.
That's not true. No, I saw that. I saw that. That's not true. We don't block people for asking questions. They were lying to you.
Diane, all you got to do to have a successful channel, and I know that you can do it, is keep doing good. You guys were doing great with, you know, calling up these hunkarama guys.
No, that was Marissa. We talked about that. We did that.
I think her channel's doing just fine. I'm not worried about her channel. Her channel's quite successful. I'm not worried about the success of her channel. It's quite successful. We're doing this to help you guys out.
Yeah, I know. It's very successful.
Right. It is.
Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I don't have, 20,000 subscribers.
And I do want to say for the record that Diane is very empathetic and compassionate, whether she has children or not. So I'm going to go on the record as disagreeing with that comment. I'm just going to disagree with that comment because I know Diane on a personal level, and I know that she is very compassionate and empathetic, whether she has children or she doesn't. Towards everybody, towards every human being that I know her to be part of.
Well,
yeah, and even towards you. Yeah, she's giving you an opportunity to come up on this platform.
She's being very, very kind. But what I'm saying is, people are telling me to get off. I think that a successful channel needs a leader, and that's a leader to be fair and balanced, and that comes on you, and it comes on Diane. Be fair and balanced.
And how can you give me an example of how we're not being fair or balanced?
Being fair and balanced is telling your people, the people that are watching, have some respect for the people that come on.
We did.
That.
I did that.
Did say that in the beginning.
We did.
You guys, please be respectful of my guests.
We did.
But they're not listening. But
and your people are welcome to be in here. We have no problem with them coming. Tell your people to come in here and rally for you.
How about this? Kim Lowry asked Diane yesterday if she could come and speak, and Diane said no.
No, that's not exactly. No, That's not exactly how the conversation went. Kim Lowry called me and I said, she even said to me, I don't know what else I could say about this situation that occurred in New Orleans. The most I could say about her is that I've been around her and she's been around me and
She
I've
traveled with me.
yes,
She
and I've
partied
never
with
seen
me.
her and I've
She
never
lived
known
in the
her to
same
steal
room with
anything.
me.
Yeah.
So wait a second. If you're here to question all right, let's play devil's advocate for 1 second. Come on. Let's play devil's advocate. You're going to say right now, and I'm thinking fair and balanced, Kim Lowry, who spent the whole weekend, 3 nights with me, she had something to say. She did. I didn't know what she was going to say until today. And she said, I asked Diane and she
All right.
said
Well,
no.
then I want you to give Kim Lowry a link right now, and then we'll discuss what it is that she wanted to say and what our conversation was. Give her a link.
Fine.
Give her a link. Have her come up.
I mean, I'm not trying to be.
No, but all I said to Kim was, you weren't there. You
Yeah,
don't
I
know
don't
what happened.
understand what she has to do with it. Can you explain to me what she has to do with it, please, before we invite her
I mean,
up
if
here?
all she's going to do is come up and vouch for your character, I mean, that's not really what's what we're
let-
talking
let it-
about.
let her come up because
All right. Well, then
Let
you
me
know what?
call
I think
mine.
you guys should handle this on your own. And I'm going to step down. I
no,
want to
wait
say
a
thank
minute.
you.
Let Marissa, let Kim come up. Give her the
What?
link.
No, you guys, then let me get right
You're
with my best
questioning why?
friends.
Why does she want to say that apparently this girl, Kim Lowry, who wanted to meet me, apparently she had $4,000 in her purse the entire time I shared a room with her.
Exactly. So then let her come up then. Let her come up.
No, then I'm gonna leave because this is
No,
bullshit.
Tiffany, please.
Well, then
Okay,
I'll leave. Then goodbye. Then goodbye.
Excuse
No,
hold
no,
on.
you guys should just roast
Hold
me
on.
all you want. Diane, just roast me all you want. It
I'm
doesn't matter. I'm good. It's good. We're cool.
Marissa, Marissa, I
What?
have not been roasting you. No one has been roasting you. We talked offline for a couple of days.
You're right. And everything was fine.
Yeah,
Right.
so please don't listen to people that are filling your head with nonsense. You
No
have
one's
been here.
filling my head with nonsense. I know what's going on.
What's
Wendy.
going on?
What? All right, where are we at right now? What is the resolution for Tiffany? For me, what other questions do you have? How can we put this to rest? I am so tired, you guys. What can I
thought we
do?
were on the same page, but I didn't know we could bring up character witnesses. Had that been the case, I would have got mine ready. That's what I'm trying to say.
Who are your character witnesses?
Oh, I have best friends that I've had in my occupancy that have had several hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No. This Kim is a creator. Kim's a creator, and
I
she's known throughout the community.
care.
That's all right. Well, then I know you don't care, but you know what? You're not the one that's being beaten up on this platform right now. It's me, Tiffany. All right.
I can't.
So I'm taking the punches and the stabs for you right now. All right. So you can gang, or you know what? I was gonna offer to write a character witness letter for you because I was with you. Your friends were not with you. The person that I thought when she said I wanted to go up on the camera and say that I traveled with Marissa.
She was not there. She has no business in this. None.
All right, I gotta go, you guys. I'm going to bed.
Wait a second.
What?
Marissa?
What?
Marissa.
What?
Give the link to Kim Lowry. Please,
Fine.
Tiffany, just go with this for me, please. All right? I'm asking a favor. Just go with this for me.
I guess and that's fine. I mean, I guess that's fine. I guess what I'm trying to understand though is, no one's really attacking Molly's character that I can see.
All right, I get it.
Another creator is telling me to stay put. Hold on.
Just let Kim Lowry come up because I did have a conversation with her, and I would like to just make for the record.
How do I get the link text to me? Can you text it to me, Tiffany? Do you have the link?
Yeah.
They say that I'm running away. Don't give into it. Stay put. All right. I'm running away. Dude,
All right, let
I'm
me
not
send you
running
the link.
away. No one's running me off of YouTube.
I don't know who's saying that or who's telling you this
another
stuff. But
creator.
I'm
It's
not
another
seeing any of
creator.
that in the chat.
It's
Tell your
someone
people
from
to come
True
in
Crime
here.
Community. It's someone from True Crime.
Okay, well, tell them to come in here. They are welcome to come in here and rally for you in the chat. We have asked people to be respectful in the chat. People have a right to say what they want, I suppose. Just ignore it, like you said, right? Ignore it. You can't take it personally. People are going to say what they want to say. Some people have very strong feelings about all of us. You don't think people talk shit about me all the time? Yes, they do. There's people in this chat right now that don't like me.
Get the fuck away from. Oh
I'm
my
sending
God.
it to you, Marissa. I'm sending it
All
to
right,
you
you're
right
sending
now.
it to me. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Like, honestly, what the important thing is to stay focused on what we're trying to do here, not what, you know, people in the chat are saying about you.
For
Who cares?
Jake's sake, get off. Oh my God.
For Jake's sake, give me a break. Why? For what?
For
Jesus.
Jake's sake.
They're reaching.
No.
These people are trying to control you, Marissa. Be better than that. Come on.
No, they love me. They do.
All right. Well, tell them to respect your
link.
choices.
I don't know how do I do this?
This
is not easy for me. I got that thing you sent me, Tiffany. It just says sign in Google accounts. I would have to get into my. All right, let me go out.
What if you have the link?
See? Look how many people in the chat are calling me a bully. Fuck you, Wendy.
What?
I'm seeing all of it. Look at them. Get them. These fuckers. They hate me. See? Do you think I'm bothered? Nah, it's all right.
Marissa, I gave you the link in the Hangout, in the Hangout that we were in yesterday. Just copy the link.
All right,
just copy the link.
Let me look.
Copy the link in the Hangout we were in yesterday talking.
Liquid Sunshine. Who's Liquid Sunshine?
It's me.
Oh, Diane's channel. Ongoing call. Link. I have a phone number. It says a phone. Is it people Is it options on the phone?
Molly, just go to the Hangout that.
I'm at the Hangout in Diane's channel. Name your
No.
link.
The one that we were in yesterday with Alicia.
Enable joining by link. Yes, enable. Copy. Okay, here you go. All right, okay. I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Google Hangouts is like not really something I don't use it. I only use it for you, Diane. That's it.
I heard it's going away in August, not January.
No, it's not going away in August.
All right. You're the only one who's saying that.
No, it's not going away in August.
Okay.
It's going to start going away in October. It'll be gone by January.
Okay.
All right, here it is. Kim Lowry. Paste. All right.
I know. I'm telling you. Look at all these people that can't stand me. I'm saying, I see you. I see you guys. I know.
It's the chat, Marissa. I left. The chat is horrid.
The chat is not. No, I'm
they
sorry.
are cruel. This is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter what. Look, even if every single person in the chat was throwing a tomato at you.
Who is Hooded Claw?
I don't know.
It says they were making fun of Jake. Hooded Claw.
No
way. We wouldn't have allowed that. Even if they did put a comment in, that would have been deleted right away.
Hooded Claw.
Didn't even see him in here.
I don't know who that is, and we don't allow comments in here
especially about children. No way.
It says the chat is disgusting. Oh my God. It's just pouring in. It's pouring in.
Oh, stop.
Marissa, it's because you're reacting the way that you're reacting that, of course, they're going to step up the comments. I'm just being honest. I mean, if you look at the chat, I'm telling you, it's really not as bad as you're thinking.
Like, just hanging up and going to sleep.
I get it.
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Hi, Kim. So let's just start with the conversation that you and I had on the phone yesterday. Oops, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I don't see you. All right. So let's just start with the conversation that we had on the phone yesterday. Right. You asked if you said something about coming up on panel to, I guess be like a character, witness for Molly. And I said, and you said, well, I wasn't really there, so I don't have much to add to this conversation. But if you want me to come up, I'll come up. So is that not what we talked about?
Yes. Marissa had asked me if I would come up, and I said I could come up and talk about being in Las Vegas with her and traveling with her there. But, I was not in New Orleans. So, yes, that story I'm not a part of. I can only speak to what I know, which was that I was in Las Vegas with Marissa for several days. And apparently, obviously everybody knows that there was a lot of drinking and all of that going on. And I didn't see any behavior at all that would lead me to believe that she would steal. Nothing gave me that impression. Nothing gave me a fear of putting down my wallet or thinking anything about my money being stolen. In fact, I had a lot of cash on me. So, yes, that's my contribution.
Okay. And I said to you, I didn't see a point to coming up because this was about New Orleans. That's what I said. I didn't say, no, you can't come up, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That was not how the conversation.
And
What about the
really,
drinking? And
none of us are really questioning whether or not she stole. We have all said that this report seems something's off. This report seems totally shady. Something seems off with this. Like, we're starting to head down the aisle of there's, either corruption happening or, something different. Not that these two girls did anything, and that we're,
Right.
so we're not accusing her of taking any money. Like, we're not doing that.
Right.
Kim,
And that's
address the drinking. Did we drink? How much did we drink? And what was my behavior like? Was I falling all over the place? Was like, I don't know. I thought I was very protective when I was there. There was a fight right in front of me, and I mean, just
yeah.
she said that the worst behavior
The
that I
worst
had.
behavior.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
the
ahead. You
worst
speak.
behavior that I saw and Marissa was that she would go live all the time and while she was drinking, and of course we would try to shut that down. But I mean, I didn't see anything worse than that. I mean, I didn't. That's the truth. Um, she was, and honestly, she really couldn't even drink very much. So, um, I would say, I mean, I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink very often, but I would say Marissa's tolerance for alcohol was even less than mine, being a non-drinker almost completely.
Okay, so
So,
we never questioned that. We did read the report and it said they were falling down drunk. We're not accusing Molly of being fallen down drunk, or Tiffany for that matter.
Right.
What I said from the very beginning is there's only two outcomes to this. One is that Molly did, and I said it right out loud, that Molly did steal, or that this whole thing, that when they get the video, that it's not going to be Molly, that it's going to be someone else. And that
right.
in that case, then both of them being arrested, they were falsely arrested, and that Tiffany was charged with a crime that she didn't commit.
Yes. And that's exactly what you told me yesterday. And
Exactly.
that's what I told Marissa today as well. That I felt that this live was mostly to present the case as we think there's a possibility that the police got this all wrong. So that
Well,
was my
that's what.
impression.
Look, what we're doing is a part two because when Tiffany came on first, all she had was the court papers. But even on the court papers, it said it was Marissa who was the thief, not Tiffany. Now we have the follow up police report that was actually typed out. So we wanted to bring that and see what that report said and let everyone know. Do we have the video yet? Not yet, but we will get the video. And like I said, there's going to be two outcomes. Either Molly is caught on video or it's another a woman. It's not Molly at all. In that case, they were both falsely arrested, and that Tiffany was charged with a crime that she didn't commit. That's it.
And if it's someone else, do I get an apology or no? Probably
From
not.
who? From New Orleans? You
No.
should get one.
Do I get an apology for everybody that's been calling me a thief?
Who's been
No.
calling you a thief?
Do I
Well,
get an apology?
yeah, exactly. For getting either of us. Well, I got it a lot more than you. I mean, you're basically, you're the puppy in this one, and I'm like the rabid dog. They want to believe that it was me, no matter what. And they think that I somehow got some special privilege. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. I don't
think
think I
that
can
at
speak
all.
to what everybody thinks. All I can go by is what the evidence is that's presented in front of me. That's all I can go by.
And what do you really think happened?
What I really think happened is that I think there was corruption. That's my theory. That's where I'm going. I think that you guys, neither one of you did anything, and that you guys were falsely accused by this dancer. And there is no video. Nobody saw anything. I don't think this video is ever going to show up. This is just my theory. No one's ever asked me before, so I don't think I've ever said it before. But this is just my theory. That's what I think. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm interested in the case. I'm interested in, this is true crime at its finest, right?
Yeah,
I'm interested in finding out what really happened, and we're going to
I want to know what really happened. I know Tiffany wants to know what happened.
We're going to
And
continue
whatever
to
can
dig.
help her, I will do whatever I can do to help her. If
Molly,
I
we can't hear you.
any sort of letter, whatever assistance she needs, if I have to go to my husband, I'll do it for her. This is all screwed up, and
I agree with Wendy's theory.
Yeah,
I really
that's
do.
my theory. That's what I think, and I'm going to keep digging. I'm doing anything. I mean, Diane and you guys are doing all the work, but I'm interested in continuing to find as much evidence as we can until we know what happened. And if we never know,
that this stripper girl was supposed to come on, and
she bailed.
Already identified
me
and Tiffany because somebody sent her our
mug shot.
Yes.
Thanks for that. And no, we were not at a titty bar.
Yeah.
If we were, I would have said it from the beginning. There's no reason to bring this girl in somewhere like that. And it wasn't even a time where we could have gotten in. And Diane heard it. We recorded it. This was right before playoffs. We were there. This is January, before the Saints were going to almost go to the Super Bowl. I was not in Rick's, and I don't even know if, because I can't see anything, Diane, a copy of everything that I charge. She can see the dinner. She can see where I ate for lunch. She could see me after the Saints game when I ate at Emerald's. Like, I gave it to her. I didn't even care if my, bank account routing number and what do you call it was I was just like, you know what, just take it. Like,
and she has
what
my records as well. My charges or ATM takeout. So
we were not at Rick's. There was
nope.
And the thing is when me and Tiffany were sitting next to each other in the courtroom, we got along very nicely. I started looking at the papers. I said, "Oh shit!" And I go, look at this. There's two witnesses. There's two girl witnesses. Who the hell are they? And she goes, I don't see them. They weren't there at the court.
Right. There's just too many things about this case that are they're wonky to me. We're definitely working on getting the video. I know there was talk also of trying to get the court transcripts and things like that. Like, we'll get everything we can get. Everything that we can get access to, we will try to get, y'all. I mean, we are. Just because I'm curious now more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like
what? Yeah. I mean,
and if we can get this off of Tiffany's record, that's also a goal. I'm assuming that's a goal for you guys.
That's more important to me than anything.
We want to get this off of her record.
I did not know that this bothered her so badly. I was under the impression all of this time that she was guilty of doing this and wanted to blame it on me because she said, well, they told me you didn't pay for the drinks. How could I not get defensive of that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, and I think that's where the chat is having issue, Marissa. And I don't want to, start a whole thing. I don't want you to be upset, but I'm just telling you, just for a second, hear me, that is where the chat is coming at you because they're bothered by what appears to be lack of empathy on your part for Tiffany. You did speak horribly about her, but I understand that you've apologized. You've apologized for that.
$9. And when I confronted her with it, she said, no, the video said that you didn't pay for the drinks. So I was like, oh, hell no.
Well,
you would do the same thing.
Yeah.
So she was probably just as pissed off at me for thinking I didn't pay for the damn drinks.
And I have tried to text you. Apparently you changed phone numbers. So I did try to text you. I got nothing back. One got delivered. So I don't, It's not like I didn't try to
If
reach
it goes
out to
through as
you.
delivered, does that mean you're blocked or something? Does anybody know that? Does the chat know that, or anybody? If you have an iPhone and you send a message and it goes through as delivered, does that still mean that you could possibly be blocked? Does anybody know that?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't.
I honestly
I
don't
know
know.
that people say on an iPhone, if you send a text, you can tell if the person received a text on an iPhone.
Only if
Yeah.
they have their red receipts on. If they don't, then you can't. It'll just say delivered or
Well, if the transmission goes through, like if it sends and then their end picks it up, that's when it says what it says delivered. And
people
then
are
if
saying
you
that
have,
if it doesn't say delivered, that means they're blocked. If it says delivered, that means they're not blocked.
Okay.
yeah,
That's what people are saying in the chat.
Thank you, chat. I love you, chat.
Okay, so the moral of the story is,
Yes.
when you ever get arrested, don't just let the court clerk or the magistrate say, okay, on this computer, see, it says on this computer that
Right.
we have you on video. No, I want to see the video.
Same here.
yeah. I just
Diane, I
think I
didn't
was
know
so
what to do,
panicked
and I
and
don't
freaked
think that
out.
she knew
Yeah.
what to do.
No,
I
Well,
don't know how old
I
Tiffany
would have
is.
known what to do. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm going to give my opinion. If I was arrested somewhere and they said whether you were a thief, you stole money, or you're in possession, or whatever, and you got to plead down, I would say no, no, no. I want an attorney.
I
I
was
am not.
having an anxiety attack. I wanted to get in there and get out.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And Diane, my husband said the same thing you're saying. My husband said you should have told me sooner, and I would have had an attorney.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I assume that when people get arrested, they're entitled to an attorney and get an attorney in
We
there.
weren't
They let
given
me
that
see the
option at
evidence.
all.
And according to the city prosecutor that was there, we met with him, but we did not.
didn't.
We didn't meet with
Well, don't ever
anybody.
listen to the prosecution. They're against you. They want to charge. They want you to be
Right.
guilty. They're prosecutors. Don't listen to them. Demand.
No.
Just
No.
say for the next time, if it ever happens, to anybody out there, do not ever plead down on something that you know you didn't do, or accept, that you committed a crime, that it's going to be on your record. Now, if
But
you fall into
but
trap, it's possible.
Diane, people plead guilty to these things every single day because they don't want the burden of keep going back.
Oh,
The burden of
I'm
the
sorry, I
financial
disagree with
burden. You
that.
know that.
I don't. No, I don't know that. I disagree with
It's
it.
true. But it's true.
But if you're not guilty, why would anyone say, "Oh, well, I just want to get out of here because now I'm going to have a record"? I'm
I
okay with
felt
that.
that way. I did feel that way. Yes, I did. I did.
Well, then, if you have a record for stealing money, guess what? You can't even work at McDonald's.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. It's the misdemeanor. It's not a felony.
Well, I don't know.
Diane. Well, I don't expect you, Diane, to know what the requirements are to work at McDonald's. I mean, come on. Did you really work at McDonald's? I don't think so.
No, I've never. I'm just saying handling money. Anything with handling money is
No.
what I'm saying.
Marissa, I guess people want you to yell at me, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you another tough question. Would you be willing to remove Tiffany's mugshot from your community page? Would you be willing to delete that? Yeah, I guess it's on.
I thought I did.
She
like
did.
a
I thought
week
you did.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
a week ago. Everything's been deleted. All the videos.
Okay.
Every single video that involved Diane, Tiffany has been gone. Every drama video, the Laura videos are all gone. I said
Okay,
I
good.
wasn't going on anyone's panels. I did this because she politely asked me. I spoke to Tiffany. I reached out to Diane. I did not know that. I will say this. Diane did reach out to me with Google Hangouts, but I didn't see it because I don't get the push notifications and I don't ever check it. But it was Science Girl that said, no, Diane did try. She sent you a message. And I looked back and I said, oh, shit, she did. Like back on the 22nd, I said, I didn't even look. I think I had just gotten to London or something. I don't know where the hell I was. I don't know where the hell I was, but I was like, oh shit, she actually did. Now I go, oh, my bad, just like that. And I removed everything. I said, I don't want to do your drama thing anymore. And I took that away. I did. I was
All right,
pissed
maybe
for
if
a
you would
hot
be
second.
willing, I don't know if you'd be willing to double check, because someone just said they just checked and it's still there. So I don't know if that's something you'd be willing to double check and just
Wow,
look. And
people are like really like into my
there,
drama.
yeah,
Like, wow.
they're definitely wanting to. I
I
don't know.
thought that I removed that. Oh, yeah, I pretty much think that I went through that.
Okay, someone else just said her mugshot is still on the community page, so I guess they're saying that it's still there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, let them know that yes, the answer is yes. When I get to my YouTube, I will remove it.
Okay, thank you.
And I guess the chat is telling me that people all the time plead guilty to shit that they didn't do. Okay. Just to get it over with. All right.
So they agree with me.
Well, they're saying that people are saying
That it
people,
does
Yeah,
happen.
because they
Yeah.
work in the court. A lot of these people here in your chat, they work in law enforcement and the court system. You have to know that. And, you know,
Well, and it's hard to say what any of us would do unless we were in that position. You know, I
It
can't
was
possibly
scary.
know what I would do. I'd probably be terrified. And absolutely, who do I write the check out to? Let me go home. I don't care. Like, here,
exactly.
take
That's
it.
where I was. But
I
see,
can see that.
but
I
you know what,
can.
Wendy, I also really didn't comprehend why I got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't comprehend it. Me and Tiffany must have looked at each other and just stared at each other's eyes like, are you fucking serious? Or like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? Like, we literally made eye contact, like, with
Yeah.
silence about 150 times.
Yeah, because we were
Because we were scared to death. We're both mothers. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that movie. Well, no, I won't compare it to that movie because one girl was guilty. But like, yeah, we didn't know. And she needed to get home. I understood that.
Right.
She needed to get home. I wanted to go to that Saints game. And I really thought that some asshole, the prick, and I wanted to rip his goddamn balls off. I'm not going to lie. I thought that he told on us and said we didn't pay for the lap dance. But Tiffany said, you saw me go to the ATM, right? And I remember in a private conversation with Barbie and Joe, I was in that hotel with John Crimes and Barbie on the phone. And Barbie said, do you think maybe she took it thinking it was more money or she didn't have enough money? I said, I don't know. I go, when we went to dinner, we split the bill. I put it on my card. She gave me $40 in cash. I remember that. Then John Crimes asked me, he said, Marissa, I got a question. I said, wait, did you see her go to the ATM? And I said, I didn't because I was talking to the bridal party. I'm telling you, we were not at Rick's. I would never have brought her into Rick's. I wouldn't have. And then we left the douchebag bar with the guy, the hunkorama. He was a prick. He didn't give us an incentive to stay. He didn't, right, Tiffany? I think Tiffany's going to agree. He didn't give us an incentive to stay. It wasn't like he was like, you know, he was definitely gay. He was not sweet. He was not kind. He was not in a good mood. So I was like, okay, there goes that. So why do you think that we went to the famous door? The famous door had live bands. I ordered drinks there for us. And I appreciated that she came down. We were having a good time. And then all of a sudden we walk out and I hear, Marissa, we're being arrested. I did not see her against the wall because the cop was like in between us.
See, and you said that
they
were questioning you, but they weren't really.
Yes,
they weren't questioning me.
They were questioning me.
Yeah, it's crazy because they just stuffed me basically in the car, and I didn't know you got questioned.
I was questioned first, but I swear on my life, no one took any money out of my chest, and I don't put cash in my chest, but I will admit, when you guys said that money in the chest, I put my credit card in my left boob all the time. Kim Lowry's seen me do it. Jomana's seen me do it. Everyone's seen me do it. It's hilarious. I think real money is kind of gross. It would give you a rash. I did not hand her money. Nothing like that ever happened.
No, you did not hand me money.
And what kind of impression would I make on this girl that I just met where I'm like handing her money and she's like, oh yeah, cool. Oh, you just stole some money. This is great. No, that
Yeah, and I
that's
would not
awful.
sit there and cheer or let Marissa continue doing that. Anybody I was with, I would not allow them to steal money in front of me. I'm
No.
sorry, that's
And
just
this,
not
and no
acceptable.
matter how much we had drank,
No, yeah,
we weren't driving. We were in another city, and I don't think anybody should judge me or her for having alcohol and being silly and going to a strip club. Our children were not home. Our children were home. Our children were safe, and we were on vacation. I had money to spend. I wanted her to have a good time. I was very happy that she would travel from Florida to Louisiana, and I wanted to take her out to dinner and then find out that she's never been there. That was my intention. Had I, of course, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't ever know what's going to happen to us until we do. You think people wake up in the morning, know that they're going to get, killed? Of course not. We don't ever know. But this shit happens. And you know what? This happened to me. And the only positive thing that I can take out of this and walk away with it is the fact that I know what it's like to lose my freedom. And I want everyone in the chat, I want you guys all to know that the worst feeling in the world is to have these people treat you like shit and
yep,
talk to you like you're
like you're a
garbage.
yeah.
They
They would
treat you
not
like
even
they
remove the
tell you to
man.
shut the fuck
Mm-hmm.
up. They don't care if you're a mother. They don't care if you've got assets. They don't care the struggles that you've been through in your life. They don't care if you've been dotting your I's, crossing your T's. They don't care about your education. They don't care if you live in a gated community, what you drive, what you do for charity. They don't care about that. They look at you as a piece of shit and they get
Mm-hmm.
off on it. They
Yep.
bully you. They talk to you. They talk down to you and tell you, sit the fuck down.
Yep.
Shut the F up. I've never been. And then to allow a man
Man
to
to
whip his dick out,
and
watch us,
ejaculate in
and
front of
jerk
us
off,
for hours.
staring at us. And I'm pounding on the door and I'm like, look at this guy. This is a violation. I was like, this is a violation. He goes, man, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, handcuff his other fucking hand. Jeez. He's looking at us, stroking his fucking log, his big old black log. And I'm like, looking at the girls and I'm like, you guys aren't like freaked out by this? And Tiffany
No,
was
they
like,
weren't
oh
phased
yeah,
by it.
that's disgusting. We were the only two girls that were there that were like not, a cut. Like the other girls were walking in like it was just another, visit to the
Another weekend for
yeah.
them. Yeah. It was nuts. It was absolutely
It was
and
disgusting too. And the toilet is open. It really is metal. And there was this girl who was wetting toilet paper and
yep.
throwing it up on the ceiling like she
And
was
thinking it was
in
having
sixth
fun.
grade.
Yeah.
She was on crack. You should have seen her eyes. And she's wearing the slippers and the orange jumpsuit. And I'm thinking, if they put me in an orange jumpsuit, I need a fucking picture. I need a fucking picture.
And remember,
my
she
God.
pulled her top down and tied her waist.
Well, that's not someplace I want to go.
Trust
No.
me. Well, you don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time either. Because I didn't think that's not a place I ever wanted to go either, Diane. But it happened to me. It happened to me, and I went down there with the best of intentions. The best of intentions. And everything went wrong that week. Everything went horribly south. Everything. And I'm glad that Frankie never made it down there. I'm glad that he didn't. Can you imagine if that happened? Well, the thing is, Frankie, had he been there, would not have gone into a male strip club with us. But that's one of the
true.
good things. I would never have done that. That just never would have happened. But just I don't even want to bring that shit up. But he did have that car accident days before he was supposed to leave. And it was very nice for all those people to come out. We did have a nice time, and I was not going to keep this a secret, but I also needed to know before I made a video what had happened. it was Pink Lady Luck, from what I was told, who I do talk to now, who was the first to break the news about the mugshot. That's what I heard. Do I forgive her? Someone was going to find it. It's fine. But the only reason they found out Tiffany was because I put that picture on my community post of me and Tiffany with the fishbowl and me with the cup. That's how they were able to identify the girl that was arrested with me. So I should never have posted that picture. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be talking about this had I not done that. So I apologize, Tiffany, for posting a very innocent photo of you and me smiling, you with your first fishbowl that you will never forget for the rest of your life. And, you know, it's my fault. I take responsibility for that. I take a huge part in doing this to you. It was all my idea, and it was my actions. And I
Well,
take
I'm an
responsibility
adult.
for
I went along. I have responsibility in my actions as well. And but yeah, I don't. It's just it's awful that that happened. How it happened. Getting my
At
name
this
out
point,
there.
Tiffany, at this point, I almost wish that they would have called me first and that I would have pled guilty and just said, yeah, I did it. Let me go. Fine. I'm self-employed. No one, I don't need to rely on anyone. The only time they do, I had a criminal background check in June for when I was auditioning in the beginning of June when I was auditioning for a TV show. When you do a TV show, they do criminal background checks and credit checks. So I did get a background check on that. So I always come out and explain, listen, I had an arrest, but it was, you know, it was awful. People don't understand that a big part of being arrested is you're put in, and I told Diane this, and she was like ready to throw up. I said, a big part of it is what a lot of people don't understand is the worst part is you're put in the back of a police car. And people don't know that in police cars, the back is filled with feces, vomit, piss, and saliva. Because and blood as well. We were subject to both of us sitting next to us. Spit.
My wrists were bruised the next day. He wouldn't loosen them up.
I was hurting too. I couldn't believe how hard. I didn't know they put on handcuffs that hard. And then when we got to the prison, I remember they sat us down and they had us connected to a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, are you kidding me?
And I'm like, I'm about to have neck surgery next week. You
She
guys
did say
cannot.
that.
I'm like, you guys cannot be treating me like this.
They
Did
treated us
not
like
give.
shit.
They did not care at all.
No, at all. They told us to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. They were nasty. And the thing in New Orleans, they're usually really nice with that Southern hospitality, like, hey, y'all, you get arrested? Shut the fuck up. Yes, I've never had a person talk to me like that. Ever. Ever. And my brother's the biggest dickhead in the world, and he never says, shut the fuck up. Ever. Ever. I never have people talk to me that way.
No.
And to have the position of authority talk to me at 44 years old. Do you get what I'm saying? And that was my whole point. I was like, and I hope you guys are hearing, Diane, Tiffany, Chat, and Wendy, like, all this time, I've been going out since I'm 17. And now you're going to tell me at 44, after, I have, my shit straight and my kids growing, everything's great, marriage is good, everything's good in my life. At 44, I get my first arrest. I should have been arrested when I was like 21, 22, 18, when you're supposed to fuck up. Do you get what I'm saying? Not when you're 44. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Well,
I'm an
right.
officer's wife, That's embarrassing. Can you imagine if my husband was still in the Army?
Well,
A major's wife getting arrested in New Orleans for
I get
stealing
it.
$9?
I get it. I get it. But Tiffany, are you still? I mean, are you still actually in the military on leave for medical, or are you an ex?
No,
You know.
I am prior service. I'm separated from the Air Force.
Okay.
I'm the Department of Defense employee, civil service.
Okay.
And right now I'm on temporary medical leave because of my age, and they can bring me back at any time
Okay.
to a position. So I'm still receiving, I'm still employed. I mean, my spot.
Okay,
You
but
know.
with the kind of position you have, it's going to be
Mhm.
frowned upon that you have a criminal record.
Yes, it will. They do a 5-year, just like a real quick, they call it a scope search. And they just, run basically if you've gotten arrested, your financials, and they
Yep,
dive
credit and
into it.
everything. They want to
Yeah.
make sure you pay your bills and everything.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I said I'll talk to my husband, man. This is what my husband did. He works for the JAG attorneys. That's why I said I think I can help you. Now, my husband, when I brought this up, I mean, he got a little pissed. He was like, "Listen, it's over. It's over. It's over." I haven't talked to him since I've talked to Tiffany, but I mean, my husband's in San Francisco right now. Between the time, lapse, I can't call him now. I'll just gonna wait until I see him. We're like two, ships, you know, two ships, crossing paths right now. Everything's a little haywire right now in my life, but I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, I think I've said everything I can. I can't. It's like I told Science Girl, Alicia, I can't make up new tidbits to add to the story, like, I mean, it made me think when she said, did you have any confrontation when you were on that strip? And I thought that was a good question. And the only confrontation I could possibly think of is I think that the guy stripper knew that I didn't like him. I think he knew it, but I was not at Rick's. We were not at a titty bar. This girl that you spoke to, I don't know what to think of this girl. I mean, she says she saw the video, and then I hear that it was the manager, and you know what? I never even saw the police report. Apparently, the police report was sent out to everybody else in YouTube community except me. I only saw one
Well,
page.
you would have had to. You could have requested it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You would think that,
But you didn't. But you didn't have any reason to.
no,
And I
it's fine.
understand you didn't
It's
have any
fine.
reason to request it because you were dismissed.
Exactly.
But you
I
have
mean,
to
I'm talking
understand in
about
the
like
YouTube community.
in the
I
past
don't know who
week.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't
in
know
the
who you're
past
talking
couple
about.
of days, a lot of people have gotten a hold of it.
Well, I don't know.
And I never. And you are the only one that offered it to me. Let's just say
I did
you're the
offer
only
to.
one. Believe it or not, you're the only one in possession of that police report that offered it to me.
Well, I only thought it was fair that you and
Thank you.
Tiffany had it. I
Thank
also
you.
said to Tiffany, I'm going to send you
Thank
the 9-page police report. Because it was 9 pages. I just didn't go over everything because other stuff that, like, Wendy wanted to go over the part about, the description part. I didn't think, that
Yes,
was.
I'm still bothered by
What
that.
did it say?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Wendy.
You want me to show you?
Yeah.
All right, because
No,
we're
read
wrapping
it.
this
Can you
up,
read
right?
it?
We're almost done with
Yes,
this, right?
we're wrapping this up.
We're
I
wrapping
want you
this
to
up.
read it.
All right,
Yeah,
so let me show you.
Okay,
These
wait.
nasty police officers.
Let me present you.
All right, because I'm bothered by this. I really, really am. Let me get to
Try
the.
being a YouTuber for 2 years. Not gonna bother you ever again, honey.
It's really chaps.
This has nothing to do with YouTube. This part.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
This is from the police department.
This is from the police department. These nasty police officers. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, this really bothered Wendy.
This bothers me a lot.
But
look at how they describe you guys. So this is the description of Tiffany. And you can see, they have oddities, scars, build. Under build, they put flabby. What the fuck? That is rude as fuck.
She was wearing a sweater.
And it's 06. So they had like at least 5 other options they could have chosen, and they picked flabby. The fuck? That is so rude.
It's
They have
flabby
blonde
and
hair, long, and then we go down to Marissa, and they say the same thing about you.
Flabby?
Flabby. Now that is a reason to sue these motherfuckers.
Flabby?
For it
Ridiculous.
even being an option on a drop down.
It's an option.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
that's
It's number
No.
6 on the option. Yes.
Receipts.
And they called you both middle-aged.
Which, whatever. Okay, fine. Middle-aged.
I'm
But
okay with that.
flabby? The hell? I'm offended. I'm so offended by.
Yeah.
So I would sue
She
for
was
those
wearing
reasons
a
too.
big sweater.
We need to add that to the list of complaints. That's
No,
not
she
all
was
right.
wearing a big bulky sweater, but my chest was out.
You flabby girl. You flabby. That's what they said. You flabby.
Well,
Rude.
you know what?
Rude.
My stomach is pretty tight, and I can't believe they didn't say anything about my chest.
Not a damn thing. They didn't care about your chest at all.
They just wanted to call me flabby.
They got you
I bet the
flabby.
girl did it.
Brown
The
hair,
girl filled it out.
fair skin, long hair, and flabby. That's it. That's the. That's what they went by.
Flabby.
Sad. Just sad.
I will bring that up.
I was offended on your behalf for that, and I think you absolutely should add that to the list of corruption and complaints, because frankly, that's not all right.
Oh my God, I got a client.
Rude as
They
hell.
say my eyes are green, or is that her? Her eyes?
I'm not sure
green.
who this one is. I thought this was her, but it might be you.
Oh, my eyes.
Her
are
eye-
green.
Marissa,
Who has green eyes?
Marissa, do you have green eyes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe that's Marissa then.
Oh, okay.
Either way,
I'm flabby with green
We're
eyes.
both-
yeah, with blonde, long hair, fair
Hashtag
skin,
Flabgate.
black in color sweater, black in color pants,
Yes.
flabby, and it's number 6. How? I would love to see what 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are.
Right?
Just rude. Just rude. Anyway, so I thought that was rude as hell.
Yeah, and Wendy wanted to bring this up.
I did. I was very bothered by it.
I said I didn't think it was important, but she wanted to bring it up because it really bothered her.
Diane wants to have a professional show, blah, blah, blah. I say laugh a little when you can, and that to me is a little funny. It's rude as hell. Don't get me wrong, but it is a little funny.
Well, I want to say before anything, Diane, thank you for inviting me on. And thank you, Wendy, for inviting me on. And Tiffany, thank you for taking my call the other day.
Well, you're
Like I
welcome.
said,
Thank
my
you.
offer still stands. I will take down the picture. I will do, if you need any sort of assistance as far as letters as a witness, I
Okay.
will talk to my husband. If you need anything, I don't know at what my husband can do at this point since he's out, but
Right.
I know that my husband has a lot of knowledge. I can see if he has any friends in Louisiana or Florida that is a practicing attorney from his West Point class to help. I can ask. All I can do is ask, and I just apologize for bringing you there.
Well,
And I hope that you accept my apology, and I
No.
really mean it sincerely. I really do.
I do accept your apology, and you didn't bring me there. I chose to go there. And like you said, we were having a great time until this happened. And I just knew there's just something that wasn't right with it. And I wish we had have spoke sooner. And I do thank Diane because I did, go to her and ask her for her help.
yeah, and I just want to reiterate that. Oh my God, I can't even talk tonight. That she did come to me. She did come to me. I did not seek her out. I didn't know her last name. I wouldn't have known how to get in touch with her. And I want to say that I think for our second resolution night, I think this one was way more successful than our
Thank you,
first
honey.
resolution night. I think people would agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Look,
I mean,
well-
it helps, I think, when people, are willing to stick it out through the tough questions, the tough feelings. It's hard. This isn't an easy thing to do. And I give props to all of you for being up here and, being willing to answer questions that are not comfortable. that, spark emotion. And I give you props for that. I really do, because it's not an easy thing to do. And I appreciate you guys doing it. I really appreciate, Marissa, you apologizing to Tiffany for, the way that you spoke about her. Tiffany, I love that you have given her forgiveness, and I love that you guys are working together now. We will also help you in any way that we can, to find out, what happened in New Orleans.
Awesome.
Like, what the hell happened?
Oh yeah, there will
Thank
be.
you.
Listen, what we find out, like I said, we are still working on. Tiffany is working on getting the body cam. We're working on getting the actual so-called, if it does exist, video from the club where they said that they're not in. We're gonna do that, and if we get more information and we actually get to find out that it was a mistake, we will come back and we will talk about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll
Hopefully
bring
get this off your record then. If there's a way to get this removed from your record, then that is the ultimate goal. So
Right. Yes.
want to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So we'll look into getting whatever we can. Like I said, court documents, whatever, transcripts, whatever we can get. Whatever they have.
Tiffany, did you write to can you get in contact with the court and ask them for the transcript?
Oh, yes.
From the day that you were there for, your arraignment and going in front of the magistrate, I would imagine you'd be able to get that.
Yeah, that's what I was, talking to the attorney about. So
Oni's in the chat. I think that we have respected Barbie and Ahmad. I didn't bring them up, so
I don't think we said anything about them, have we?
I didn't say anything disrespectful about them. I can't, I'm not watching every single comment in the chat, but I don't think, from what I'm looking at, I don't think anyone is being disrespectful to Ahmad or Barbie. It was brought up because that was
The
part
cleaner
of
the cleaner
was brought up. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody was asking questions about. Thank you,
wanted to
Killer
know
Crimes.
about the
Thank you.
cleaner.
Thank you so much, Killer Crimes.
And maybe I should have said I don't want to talk about it, but then it's a double-edged sword for me, because if I say I don't want to talk about it, I get slammed for it. So
True.
if I just be honest and say, when she
True.
talked about cleaner, it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful of Ahmad and his wife, and I just had to explain that she was trying to be helpful, and so was the guy, but I wanted to handle it on my own. And me and Tiffany didn't even know really what was going on, but Jomana did say, can you help them out? Can you help them out? He did not offer any assistance, and I don't think that I got any special treatment with the court. Trust me. They weren't really that nice to me in the court either. When he told me, get the hell out of here, I never want to see your face again. The saints saved you. That's not like how people talk to me. Like, people usually talk to me like with kindness, not get the hell out of here, I don't want to see your face again. Like, that to me, that's disrespectful. I don't ever say that to people. Get the hell out. Even people I don't like, I don't say get the hell out of here.
Yeah, and we were the only ones told by the bailiff to shut up or we were going to be kicked out.
He
and
told
everyone
us to
else
shut
was
up.
still loud, and we couldn't even hardly hear. Just weird. The whole thing is very weird. I can't wait till we get to the bottom of it, and because I think it's going to be quite the ending.
Right?
Okay.
I'm really interested to see how this turns out. I really am.
Yeah.
You got to think positive, Tiffany. You got to think positive.
Yeah,
I've thought
I am
positive,
now.
and it's helped me. Like I said, I thought of it as I had the experience. I had the experience of knowing what it's like to lose my freedom, and that's not something that will never ever
to lose control,
again.
and not to be able to control your
and
environment.
I don't want to ever drink
horrible.
to a point where I can't remember certain little things, or be at a point where I'm raising my voice. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely say that police report is bogus and ridiculous.
Yep.
So thank you for reading it to me, and thank you for trying to give it to me, Diane, because I wouldn't have gotten it from any of my friends.
Well, I thought it was fair for everybody involved to have the full report. I knew that Tiffany didn't have it, and when I emailed her, she said, "Yeah, send it to me, good or bad." And at least you got to, see what was on it, and that's a basis for being able to, go further for, digging for information. That's why maybe you should try to get those court transcripts to see what went on in there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's necessary if it turns out that all of this was, a mistaken identity, that you're going to need this stuff for your attorney, whoever the
Exactly. Yes. Yep. And it's going to be one happy
Science
attorney.
Girl said that she found an attorney down there that is willing to take the case. I was curious to see if Science Girl would have jumped on, since she's been the most knowledgeable of everything. She said she might. I know she's listening. Hi, Alicia. But yeah, she just sent me a text and
Well,
said the name.
I did say to Alicia if she wanted to, come up, she
She she was very curious from the very beginning, to a point where I didn't even know who she was, and I saw this girl like defending me. Someone said, "Did you see this girl?" Oh God, she said she's getting on here. She's coming on your panel.
We're ending. We're saying
you're
goodbye.
ending.
Aren't we? Are we saying goodbye?
Wait, wait, say that again. Who
Alicia
said?
said she's coming up.
Well, if Alicia wants to come up for a minute, she can, because Alicia lives in New Orleans.
Yeah,
So
She knows.
she's our
Alicia
go-to girl.
She's been very helpful from what I
she's
understand.
Yes.
Very
extremely
helpful.
helpful.
Very,
Extremely helpful. If I can't tell you how many hours we have spent talking about this to try to figure out what happened. So for the people saying, it's none of my business, I would beg to differ, because I think that Tiffany appreciates
Yes.
what I'm doing
Yeah.
for her. And because it's being made public, it was brought public. That's
Yes.
why
Right.
the whole thing has been brought public. So I don't think that I'm a busybody.
No.
Listen, I have other things that I could be doing, but I thought, listen, I have a person, Alicia, who's willing to help. She's in New Orleans. She has contacts down there. She knows attorneys down there. She knows people down there. So why not? Why not have this woman help if she can?
Exactly.
All right.
But Alicia, if you want to come up for a minute, come up, because we want to get off. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't want to stand here much longer. But if you have anything to add, because I think that she, has some really good insight, and she might be able to add. I'd like to hear her opinion. Maybe she wants to make it public what her opinion is of all this. So she does have the link. I sent it to her earlier on tonight in case she wanted to come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for having me.
Okay,
Oh,
Glad
Kim.
things
Kim!
settled
Holy
down.
shit!
Yes.
Yeah, she's been sitting
Just
here.
been,
Thank you,
I
Kim.
was just offering moral support. Everyone
Okay.
have a good
Wow.
Thank
night.
you, Kim.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Kim. Thank you,
Thanks.
Kim.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So, Alicia, you coming? Girl.
Jeez. This was exhausting.
And it's not over. Can you believe it? It's still
No.
not done.
Alicia is Science Girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Black Eagle.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Oh, Black
just gotta-
Eagle's in here? Tell her I
Yes.
said hi.
She can hear you.
Hi, Black Eagle. Aw.
Hold on
I
one
haven't
second.
gone live. And if I do go live, I don't have my readers on. So I can't see the chat.
See, you got moral support in the chat. There you go. Black Eagle's in here cheering you on.
Is she really? Oh, she's a
I think
sweetie.
so.
Most of the people that I know are normal, and they're very, very sweet. And I don't mean like normal as like, I think fair and balanced is the way to go. I mean, if I fuck up, I expect you guys to say, Marissa, you're a douchebag. You fucked up. Like the whole thing with the FBI thing. You know what? I jumped the gun. It was a bad decision. I deserved, to be creamed for that. But trust me, there's nothing worse than that. Karma came right back when I got to Vegas and FBI was in my room. Trust me, I screwed up there, but this, this thing, I did put it out of my, life for several months, to have it come back. But this time it's different because I didn't know that Tiffany was suffering in such a manner and that this was going to haunt her, because I didn't know her that well. So that's why I'm participating. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been. I would have been like, I'm still mad at you, Diane. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be like that. Like, the thing is, I don't own YouTube. Diane doesn't own YouTube. YouTube's big enough for everybody, you know. And this drama community, like, I just wanted to say goodbye, you know, peacefully. And I just been throwing up, you know, random bullshit, you know, videos and stuff like that, just to kind of let people know that I'm still around, because they don't really know that I spend most of the time on D Live and then I'm having a better time over there. You know what I mean? And someone made up a fake account. I was in London. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was in London and I was in a very nice bar sitting next to the owner. And it was an older woman of this very, very nice bar in London. And I went live on D Live, and Diane's channel popped up and said, make sure you tell her that you're not going to pay the bill, and blah, blah, blah. And it said Diane's channel.
And you know that was a fake channel, right?
Yeah.
You know
Well,
that
that's
was
what
a fake
Alicia
troll.
told me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
reported. They suspended the channel.
Good.
Because I reported it.
Yeah,
It's
good.
live.
No,
Get 'em in.
I did too. I
Good.
did too. No, everyone, no, they don't tolerate things like that. If someone screenshots one thing and they put it in the special Discord, they'll suspend it. If you say I'm being harassed by this, they'll suspend it. So it's a different entity, and I'm a lot happier, you know, on the Discord than on the Discord. I've never even been on a Discord, but they make you go on the Discord when you're on the Dick Live. But no, it's more fun because I give money back. It's like getting super chat and then being able to give super chat back, but it's random. So and I get to play music and sing as loud as I want. You know what I mean? So I've been having like a good time. And that's it. I just want people to leave me alone. And people were asking about Diane's channel yesterday, today. Are you really going on Diane's channel? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. She hates you. Wendy hates you. Wendy hates you.
I don't
do
think
it,
that's
please.
accurate. I don't hate you. I don't know you enough to hate you, for goodness sake.
That's what they say. I don't
Well,
think that
these
anyone
people
hates
don't know me. They want to see a shit show. Like, very few people actually
Absolutely.
want to see resolution.
No,
They want to
absolutely.
see a war. They want to see a shit show because that's way more interesting. It just
I
is.
always said drama sells.
It does.
absolutely
But I don't
does.
care about that. I
My
honestly don't care
video-
about that.
Do you guys? I heard a bit about the video that you guys had done about Laura,
Yeah.
and I heard what you said, and I went, "Holy shit!" I guess someone.
Did I say something that bad?
No, it was awesome. No, I was like, "Oh shit!" And you had been dogging me. And then there was another video that I had to reach out to Diane and say, Diane, I made a video, and this is to make everything clear because everyone wants to rip my fucking head off. I made a video called The Karma Cupid. And I gave Diane a heads up. I said, this is not you. Do not go crazy.
Yeah, she did. Well, I wouldn't. I'll be honest with
It
you.
was about Starlight's video. Hello Starlight made a video, and someone was passing it around, and we didn't think that it was real. But they said Marissa, and I was walking down the street in London. No, I was getting ready to leave the house. I was in Notting Hill, and I was like, I was walking down. I'm watching it, and I said, "You gotta be kidding me! This isn't real." So I made a video as I'm walking down my street, and I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" I didn't want to say. I almost tagged Hello Starlight, but I knew that Mandy was gonna freak out. I just knew everyone was gonna freak out, but a lot of people figured out what I was talking about. And it's just the whole thing is just about karma. And I'm a very big believer in karma. But the thing is, a lot of times, you know, a lot of these fights and shit happen because of miscommunication. And yeah, drama sells. And you guys self-proclaim drama channel. Drama
Okay,
channel.
Alicia's here.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Alicia.
hi.
How you
Hi.
doing?
I was sleeping, so I just wanted to let you know that Stephen agreed to represent y'all. He's a very well-known attorney in New Orleans, has several firms. He's very familiar. He's a criminal lawyer as well. And he said that he can take the case.
Awesome.
Kind of explain things, and then I sent them Diane's link, so I'm sure he's listening in. I told him
Hi, honey, if you're watching.
yeah, he's also a real well-known artist here as well, but he's a very well-known, popular attorney in New Orleans. A lot of people know him. He's very familiar with New Orleans, And I think he would be the best person to represent you in this case, because if it's not true, then I think that y'all have to go the legal route.
Yeah.
I will not sue the city of New Orleans.
Diane, can you check your DMs real quick, please?
It's
Yep.
not suing the city of New Orleans, it's suing the New Orleans Police Department. So it, and it happens all the time. We just had 2 officers that were fired for beating the shit out of someone because they were of color.
Oh,
Oh my God.
And they were fired, and I believe they're getting ready to, it's going to be a huge case. It happens all the time. And I think that if you don't do anything about it, actually, I mean, you could be protecting the next person, the next victim.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
speak up. If this wasn't you and you firmly believe that this is a wrongful arrest and you were never in Rick's Cabaret, then it's time for you to put your foot down and go to legal route. Don't let it don't go. You're not helping the next person, the next victim. Okay. So I'm just a firm believer in going legal with everything. I'd rather not put up with making videos and clapbacks. You get an attorney. If you want something done, you get an attorney.
I agree. I have to agree.
Yeah, the power of attorney thing, I kind of helped you out with that, with the paperwork. They did give us a descriptive narrative of what is going on, what went on, stuff that the public would not be able to get. I don't care what anyone says in chat. There's no way they would release that to the general public. But the video, that's something that needs to be subpoenaed. And I looked at the paperwork, and I was able to determine that the place where everything happened was the famous door, which cuts into Bourbon Street, and it's on the 800 block of Conti, which cuts in. It's a block away from Rick's, and it's a crossroads. That's where you were arrested at.
Okay. They're saying that we were outside, or we were.
Yes, you were arrested outside.
No. I mean, yes, but they were waiting for us to go outside from this bar.
Okay, well, the paperwork says that y'all were arrested on Conti Street, 800 block, which would leave you at, we have Mangoes, we have the Jester, and we have the famous door. And the manager of Rick happens to be married to a bartender that works at the famous door that supposedly identified y'all.
Right. We went over that. Paperwork. I read the entire narrative.
Right.
And that's exactly what it said. But that's the whole thing. If they weren't in Rex.
Right. Then this whole story is baloney.
Exactly.
So that's why if you firmly say that you would never at Rick's Cabaret, ever, that the stripper's lying. By the way, the stripper never saw the video.
Right.
No.
Okay. The stripper never saw the video. The manager showed the video to the police department.
Which should be on his body cam.
Everything should be on the body cam.
Yep.
Yeah. So the stripper never saw the video. So I don't know how she could be a victim. I just don't, nothing, it just doesn't make sense.
So this attorney that you're talking about, he could subpoena to get the so-called video from out of Rex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So he could probably get the body cam footage. He could probably get the videos from the different bars. Just everything that we're not able to get. He's going to be able to get everything. He's the type of attorney where if somebody's harassing you from a fake YouTube account and making up lies about you, he's the type of attorney that's going to find out who it is and order them to take everything down. He's going to subpoena YouTube. Okay? That's the type of attorney he is. So that's what I mean. You need somebody powerful that has a name, that has a footprint in the community, that can get things done. So Tiffany, if you want somebody that's going to represent you, same thing with Marissa. Marissa knows you know, she's welcome down here anytime to stay and get a legal representative. But the, you know, if they firmly say that they weren't at Rick's, then this whole thing is just, it's like made up, like it's a wrongful arrest.
It's like a bad nightmare. Yeah, it's.
I
Well,
personally,
I think that Marissa doesn't want to bother.
I'm here.
As well, I think that Marissa doesn't want to bother because she wasn't charged with anything. So
I would still demand my mugshot come off of Google. And
I would too.
And anyone that posts a mugshot, hold them legally responsible for slander.
Oh, my husband said that he can handle that with one of his friends is an attorney. He can get a whole bunch of shit removed from
Yeah,
YouTube.
they could actually go in and remove the hyperlink or something.
There's a ton of things that you could do. One lawyer can do so much with all these YouTube videos. I don't usually really care about it, but like if I decide to get off YouTube, then I'll probably act on that. But it doesn't bother me now. So
yeah,
you know what I
well,
mean?
Steven's a good friend of mine, and he said that he will definitely take everything, you know, that y'all are saying, and he will start the case up. You know, been very good friends with him for at least 15 years, so I know he's get things done.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And then we tried to call the famous door today, and they were douche pockets. And
yes, we did. We called them, and what did they say? Oh, they said
you want
have your attorney. They said have your attorney get in touch with our attorney.
Right. This is the place that their phone was disconnected. So, you know, and then Rick's Cabaret, they're corporate. So I know that they're going to have the old video footage from the January months. You just have to have the right legal representative, especially if something was involved there. You have to have somebody that's going to subpoena.
But my question, Alicia and Diane, is what if we pay all this money to have this video subpoena and it's like we weren't there and it's obviously not even us?
Then you hold Rick's responsible
too.
Okay, and Rick's has a lot of money, trust me. You hold Rick's responsible for this bullshit.
Yeah, because it was the manager.
They went along with it.
Well, it was the manager at Rick's that alerted the police, alerted the famous door, and alerted the police that it was you two. So yeah, he is responsible.
His wife did. She's the manager at the.
She's the bartender. She's a bartender.
Yeah.
And she's the girl that I gave. No, that's not the girl I gave a $20 tip to. I probably gave her a good one, but not.
She has long curly hair. She's a real pretty, naturally beautiful woman.
No, the girl that I gave the $20 tip to that said, "Oh my God, I love you so much, I give you a hug," was at the strip club.
Okay.
Yeah, it was at that Hunkarama place.
And it is normal for a dancer to have a little bag with tips, but I question the fact that what dancer would put their bag down and turn their head to do a dance, and what dancer has rolls of 9 and $26 in increments. That doesn't make much sense. And why does the paperwork say they took $26 from Tiffany and then $9 from you, but then the stripper told us that $9 was the only money recovered and given back to her? I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's right. She did. She said it was like between $5 and $10. So that would be like more the $9 mark. But they said that they put the $9 on the books for evidence and gave the 26 back. And don't you think, Alicia? Don't you think Alicia? Right? I'm sorry, I totally just missaid your name. I apologize.
That's okay.
Don't you think it's odd that it was $250 even? Like, if you're a dancer, don't you get paid in singles?
Yeah, you get paid.
So why wouldn't it be like $254? Like, wouldn't you expect a different number than just an even 250? This whole thing seems so sketchy to me. I really do think this is all false. I really do.
Early in the night, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I opened Rick's. I worked at Rick's. This is 20 years ago. You know, when Rick's first came out. Rick's is an upscale, beautiful club. They usually handle things a lot differently. For them to go in that early, even though it was Saint Saturday, for her to just say 250 just like that, it kind of makes me question like how real, authentic is this story?
Right. Same.
And how is it that they found 26 on supposedly Tiffany and $9 on Marissa, and that Marissa went in and stole 2 rolls of money? Okay, so the paperwork, you think about it, and I'm not trying to blame anybody, but when you look at the paperwork, you're like, motherfucker, man, why would she steal from a stripper? That's messed up. Okay, but then I know Marissa, and it's just like, it kind of just fucks with your head, because it's like, is the stripper lying? Like, are the cops, was it a wrongful arrest? Maybe they had 2 other chicks in there. Under red lights, you really can't tell what someone's face looks like on a camera.
Yeah.
You could see a blonde, but you ain't going to be able to see the detail in someone's face under a red light via cam.
What's your opinion on the girl stripper not coming on?
I think somebody got a hold of her before.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think so too. That's what we said. Because at first she was very willing to talk about it, come up on panels. She, sent me her email, and then all of a sudden today she said, "Well, I have other priorities," and she said, "It's not like it's gonna get my $250 back."
Yeah, she was kind of cocky and crisp. So,
wow.
Somebody got a hold of her.
Yeah, because she wasn't like that the first time we talked to her. The
No.
first time we talked to her, she was super nice and accommodating and was willing to answer questions and identify people. She was all about helping
And laughing.
And laughing. Yeah. And it sounds like the second time you talked to her, she was totally different. So I wonder if she went up to her boss.
Hold of her. I'd love to know who did. So
maybe her boss did. Maybe this is all part of a cover up, and her boss is like, no, you're not saying a word, because then they're going to start poking around asking questions, and we can't prove anything that we've said. I'm telling you, I have a whole conspiracy about this. This is all fake. This is all a big old sham, and I don't buy any of it. I have a whole conspiracy going.
Do you think that they're watching tonight?
They probably are. Damn it! I'm
probably
going to be next.
The attorney watching right now.
If you see my mugshot show up next, you know why.
Yeah.
I got a little too close. Got a little too close to the truth.
I did say that I am going to bring Wendy to New Orleans, and
no, thank you.
Yeah, now she's never going to go. Now
I'm terrified. No, thank you.
It was actually a time that she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I could go down. I was just on Bourbon 2 nights ago having dinner with my son. It's not a bad place. You just have to know where to go and how to handle it. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of crime here, more than anywhere else in the country right now, but still, you got to know how to handle it. I went to dinner with my son and everything was fine, and we had a great night.
Wendy's already setting up her alibi.
I am traumatized. So Wendy is traumatized. Yes, I am.
Yeah, Wendy's gonna
I said that.
I'm never leaving my house. I'm totally the target.
And Diane's gonna be the Tiffany, and they're gonna react.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna reenact the whole thing.
They're gonna start at Antoine's and make their way over to the
It's so ironic that y'all went to these places, because when I was a kid, I worked at Antoine's. It's the second oldest restaurant in New Orleans, and it's almost the world. It's also it's world renowned, and I worked there as a kid. I love Antoine's. I have roots in Antoine's. And then you went to Rick's, and New Orleans.
We didn't go to Rick's, baby.
Except they didn't go to Rick's.
But the
allegedly we went to Rick's.
And I've had many great nights at the Famous Door, which is a great bar with great
bands.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fun.
Yeah. So I mean, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it happens. My brother was arrested for attempted murder.
Where was he when it happened?
My house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Jesus. They even got you in your house.
I died.
I can't with this place. I'm never going there, Diane. No.
Listen, they have the
come in your house and arrest you there. No, I'm not going there.
As I was marching in front of when I was marching and led this past Mardi Gras, a woman was stabbing this guy to death in the hotel
What?
right above us.
What?
Yes, it was all over.
Oh yeah, sign me up. I can't wait to go. Listen, this is not a slam on New Orleans as much as it is a testament
No,
to
it's
what a
beautiful
scaredy
down
cat I am. That's all this is. I'm just
I
empowered.
am still going to New Orleans. I
All
want
right, just
New
send me a
Orleans
postcard.
food. I want some
I
of
will
that
set you
jambalaya.
up.
I want some of
Good.
that
Yeah.
no, I want some of that. All that stuff. I want that food. I am going.
I will set you up awesome. Like
Send me a postcard, Diane. Let me know how it goes.
5-star all the way if you come here.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I've been dying to want to get to New Orleans for the longest time. I talked to Alicia about this. I'm craving that food. We do not have good food here, like Cajun, nothing,
Mhm.
Creole, no kind of food here in Pennsylvania like that. So that's why I want to go.
Yeah, that we have good food, and we have there's a lot of other things, great music and great
Yeah.
entertainment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I do have a high respect for people that work in the service industry, and that's
Yeah,
a
me
great
too.
industry here, and also dancers and entertainers and musicians, and that's a big part of our tourism, and that's what brings people to us, and so it's also a great, huge area of revenue, where the revenue comes from. So that I hate to see two people come here to have a good time and then wind up in cuffs.
Yeah.
And that mug
Yeah.
shot went up, Molly.
I know.
I don't know who's the first one to put it up. I mean, I don't know what's going on in chat, but Mandy was not the first person to put your
Oh,
mug.
I didn't say it was Mandy. I
Yeah.
was told it was Pink.
Okay. No, I know it wasn't Mandy. Mandy never made any videos about your arrest. And then I just don't know how it ended up coming to YouTube. Okay. But the night that you were arrested, you blew up on YouTube. And that's what I had to explain to this attorney. I had to explain. He's like, who is she? Okay. Because I gave him,
Nobody.
and wait, he Googled your name and it's like across, So I explained everything to him. Like, hey, this is what's going on. He's probably thinking I'm crazy, but no, this is this real story. So I think that he's going to get you the help you need. I do have to get off of here now, but I just wanted to show my face because I said that I would do it for at least 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And Stephen finally messaged me back and said that he would be more than happy to look at this case. And I've told him everything. I got you the paperwork, and now he's got the key to start the engine. Okay.
All right, and tell Steven if he'd like to come up on my channel after this is all, taken care of. If you'd like to come up, absolutely, he's invited.
Stephen loves being on TV.
Okay, well, Steven, there's an open invitation.
Definitely. I hope he's listening.
Don't let anyone get to you, Stephen. Don't let anyone get to you. Be brave, Stephen. Don't let anyone get to you.
He's actually going to be he told me tonight he's actually going to be starting a channel. And I told him, I said, if you would do internet law as well to let YouTubers know what their legal rights are, because there's a lot of people that break the law on YouTube every day.
Yeah.
And so that needs to be stopped. That's why I kind of backed off, because I think people, use YouTube as more of a war platform.
Yeah, there's a lot of libelous stuff, and YouTube isn't really aware of it.
Right. So he needs to know this.
I did contact. There is an attorney who has a very successful YouTube channel. Who he's a copyright infringement attorney. So I went to his channel to see what it was all about, and he tells you everything about fair use and the fact about using. Don't even bother to use like movie clips unless you can get in touch with the company, because they will take you to court. So I did write to him to ask him if he would come on my channel. He never answered me. But if Stephen wants to come on,
Stephen would love that, and he'll explain it.
Yeah, we can use a lesson on some of the internet laws, because internet laws are going to be federal.
Yes, they are. They're working
not
on it now. My husband said.
And I don't mind spending the money to nail anyone. I would love to personally nail whoever, I told Molly a long time ago, they would all, no.
I know. She was like, and I kept
Oh,
telling
yeah.
her, I don't care, I don't care. And she kept saying, you should care, you should care. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because that's two different entities.
I would
That's the
hash
police
out, I would
and
hash
Rick's.
out the $3,000 and get what needs to be done. You
Mhm.
know, but you know, this right here, what we're talking about right now, if it didn't really happen, it needs to be erased from Google and not talked about ever again.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So like when you go to court and this is all discussed and there was an arrest in New Orleans and you find out, if you find out, you know, you're looking at the videos, you're proven innocent, then it should not be talked about again. You know, on the internet, on Google, no videos should be made of it. No one should take the paperwork that was presented tonight and then they should not, it's not theirs to make a video of. Yes, they could express their opinion about it, but this is why if we got the video, there's no way we could show it on YouTube because there's so many people that are going to screencast that and make their own videos with it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
Right.
about.
That's why certain things need a subpoena to get, and it's not public information because it's probably because of YouTube. You know, because they know that they're going to get the information and plaster it all over the place. You know, so that's why they're making us subpoena it.
Yeah, and thank you very much for getting me in contact with the subpoena department because she was very, very helpful. And she said if I need anything, I can call her back.
Yeah, she's been very helpful.
So,
I
yes.
in order
Thank you.
to get the body cam footage.
Yeah.
When I told them I was kind of like your attorney at arms, I was like that, and I've done that before for actually a speeding ticket for someone that couldn't make it to court, and I legally represented them. I'm not an attorney. I didn't go to college to be an attorney. That I'm not trying to be an attorney, but if you want me to help you, because I have some connections, then I'll help you.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I told the New Orleans that.
Listen, guys, somebody sent me an email. I'm not going to say who it was. Somebody from the chat wanted my email, and I gave it to them.
Mhm.
So someone had made a apparently a review of Rick's Cabaret,
Yeah.
and it said Rick's is definitely one of the nicer clubs on Bourbon, no doubt about that. In fact, I usually go out of my way to stop by there every 2 or 3 months. However, my experience recently was downright fraudulent and upsetting. I brought 2 friends with me. It was their first time in New Orleans and wanted to show them some fun. At first, everything went fine. Katie was friendly, place was lively, and we all had a good time. However, when it came time to pay, is when it took a turn. Me and the other guy each had a bottle. The other guy had a few drinks. The grand total was $909. When she brought out the receipt to me, I noticed that I was being charged the entire $909. When the check was supposed to be split, she apologized and said she would be right back. Mistakes happen. No worries, right? She then brought me my $275 bill and the other guy's theirs. We then left for the evening, and a few days later, I discovered I was not only being charged $275, but an additional $909. I contacted American Express to initiate an investigation. American Express pulled the charges off my card immediately. Then 2 months later, I got another letter that the merchant has provided sufficient proof to support the charges being reinstated. It was 2 pages of extremely blurry receipts, but by the 275 charge had my signature. No issues with that one, but the 909, it looks similar to my signature. Seriously, they forged my signature.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Oh my
So
God.
there
Wow.
you go. There's a little report from something that happened to someone at Rick's. They forged this person's signature.
Oh my God. Wow. See, I'm
Thank-
telling you.
Thank
This
you for
whole thing.
sharing. Yes.
Oh my
whoever
God.
That. Oh my. I'm sorry. But
Wow.
that's just wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if more and more of these kinds of stories came out.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
I agree with
I wouldn't
that
be
too.
surprised.
Yeah.
I've always thought that in the back of my head, even though I've kind of put it away and compartmentalized it or whatever. I've always had a feeling that shit like this went down, and I actually heard that from.
I've seen it go down at restaurants.
Yeah, I heard it from Science Girl. I didn't even know who she was, and someone pointed her out and said, "Yo, do you know about this chick called Science Girl?" I said, no. And they were like, she's making a bunch of videos about you. And I rolled my eyes and they were like, no, she's different. And I was like, okay. And I'm listening to her. I'm like, the bitch is making a lot of sense because she's like, they were in the dirtiest part of New Orleans. Those bitches got set up.
Yeah, I mean,
No, they did.
anyone can tell you Bourbon Street is disgusting.
It is.
Because that's where the most people go when they come here. I was a bartender on Bourbon Street for many years. I worked in the restaurant business and I was also an entertainer there. Okay. So, and this was way back when. We're talking 20 years ago. I'm not that now. So, you're dealing with the most amount of people that come through the city are coming through Bourbon Street. It's the oldest part of the city and it's disgusting. They got shootings, they got rapes, they got people mugging, they got people, everything bad that happens there or on the outskirts, just like right around that area. The French Quarter has gotten a little dangerous. So compared to what it was in the 80s. So I wouldn't be there on my off time. I went to the Chop House for dinner. It's right around that area, but you have to cross over Canal. And, you can go there and have a good time. You just have to know when to go. Saint Sunday, Saint Saturday. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. It was rowdy.
I'm not going anywhere around Bourbon Street for Saint Sunday or Saint Saturday. Y'all are fucking brave.
Yeah, it was a party.
Yeah.
But we also, Tiffany did show you guys proof that, we were in the little gift shops, and I was glad that she showed. I was wondering at first, I was like, I was in a mask and it clearly showed what I was wearing. But it also showed that we were like playing with masks. We weren't looking for trouble.
We were doing touristy things.
Yeah.
That's whatever. Yeah. I mean, going to and putting a mask on shows nothing. If you were groping a male stripper with his penis hanging out and your titties in his face, that would be another story. Okay. But you're in a gift shop with a mask on. Oh my God, you're a horrible person because of that.
My favorite thing about that picture, by the way, is that she's got that mask on next to a sign that says no pictures.
And here
savage.
I am thinking you're going to love it because the mask was Tiffany Blue.
That's why they were so mad at you. You were marked from then on, I think.
That was
Marissa.
it. That's why
you pissed them off.
And they don't like
you spit in the face of their rules.
They don't like photos at strip clubs either, and they really don't like you taking photos at casinos here. So they're real funny. And then the artists that circle around Jackson Square by the cathedral, they don't like you taking pictures near their stuff either. People are real funny about photos here. They'll come in your face and take your camera from you.
Diane, please don't go there. You're scaring me, girl. This place is terrifying. I don't want to go there.
No, you do want to go there. It's beautiful.
Well, I won't go there.
You just want me to get arrested, Marissa. Don't be lying.
It's beautiful. No,
I won't go there during, playoffs if the Saints are in the playoffs.
People get rowdy here. Yeah.
Definitely don't go for Mardi Gras. I've never been there for Mardi Gras. I only go for Saints, and that's it. I've never been there in the summer, just Saints. I've always go in the winter for the Saints, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm still a Saints fan, I really am.
It's unfortunate that this happened, but legally we're going to try to help things to figure out what's going on, and the video is going to tell the story. Right. You have a narrative here and cops do elaborate. I'm not saying that the cop lied. I'm just saying cops do tend to elaborate on details.
They've called us flabby.
Right? That's rude as hell.
They call them flabby. Middle-aged women.
Right. So you got this elaboration on the report already. So sometimes, we don't know the truth now. Okay. So now we have to look at a video.
Oh, there she's back. Okay, never mind.
Alicia, do you want to send me Stephen's phone number to give to Tiffany?
Yes. I will give you all of his information. And like I said, he's got several firms and he even has some in Mississippi.
Okay.
So he's everywhere. And I'll give you all of his information and he'll also help you with any internet law if you need that as well.
Yeah, and hopefully
Okay.
we'll no longer be known, Tiffany, as the Sticky Bandits.
I or well, guess we're still gonna be Clinker sisters.
Yeah, Clinker sisters, right? The Flabby sisters.
The
I just
flabby
have to
middle-aged
ask you,
Clinker sisters.
Oh, jeez.
did you see any bologna sandwiches in the cell?
No.
Bologna sandwiches and Kool-Aid?
No.
Well, we did get a tray,
Yeah,
but
there was a
the
tray.
meth head, she took it away from us.
Oh,
Told
gross.
us not to eat it, and we didn't want it.
Oh my God, that
anyways.
sounds
Yeah,
so
there was
gross.
like cornbread on it and like milk.
Yes. Yes.
Yuck. Oh my God, I'm so grossed out. Ugh.
Marissa goes from eating Antoine's to freaking jail food.
Yeah, stark contrast.
I told you, I'm full of surprises. You never know where I'm gonna pop up. People couldn't believe it when they saw me in Paris. People were like, "What the fuck are you doing in Paris?" Everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know. I thought that I would take everybody on YouTube on a little trip."
All right, guys. So listen,
right.
I
Thank
need
you,
to get off
Diane.
here.
Everyone.
I need
Thank
to
you.
sign off. I just want to say thank you to everyone
Thank you.
for being respectful. You know, I know there was a little crazy moment here and there, but
Because of me.
well, look, let's
It's
face
not
it.
easy. It's not easy to do this. You know, like
It's
I
not.
said, I give you props for coming in and being willing to, answer some hard questions and, and face it. And, I really do give you a lot of credit for that. Not everybody would be willing to do that. So, I mean, well done to all of you for doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
It is what it is. We it's if I had gone on a panel and people don't like me, they're gonna do the same thing in the chat. I've
Mhm.
had it happen. Don't think I haven't happened.
Oh yeah, it's happened to me before too.
In the
Thanks for your
past,
help,
when,
Diane.
in the drama
and
community,
Alicia.
we've been through it. So we know what it's like. So, but
Let's just
I
hope we
want to.
can pray and get that video.
Yeah,
and
that's the
hope that
goal
we can
here.
Get this cleared up for Tiffany, and thank you for your input, and everything, Wendy, Alicia, and Diane. Thank you for all the time you put in, especially you, Alicia. You went above and beyond to help us.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
She absolutely
absolutely.
did. And
Absolutely.
thank
Thank
God,
you.
listen, we have somebody who's down in New Orleans. I mean, we couldn't ask for more. We didn't,
Right.
she's there.
Yeah. Yep.
And
So,
It's really worked out. It's been nice. Yeah.
so we will come to, we will come to some kind of, we came to a resolution, I think, tonight, as far as,
I believe so. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
believe so.
Our first one was a bust. Our first resolution night was a bust, but
Well, it helps if the people stay put, and actually get to the resolution.
exactly.
If you fill out
Freaking
early, you
out.
don't
And
get
my
to the
people,
resolution
too,
part.
that were
So
freaking out. My people too freaking out.
I
gotta
was.
answer them
I'm
all
not gonna
individually
lie.
and say, calm down, Felicia's. It's
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
right.
And you have to understand that people love me too. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And we get that, but I felt as if, people were saying things to you that were not true.
Because I couldn't see the chat. And now
we
people sending me screenshots
I
of
know, but
posts and all this other bullshit.
I know, but we always say, and everybody always says, don't read the chat. The chat we can't control
I never read
every single thing that comes out of somebody in chat. But if we're treating you with respect on the panel, which we were, that's all that matters.
Well, the wrath of a good attorney is worse than any wrath from Boyd or a gang or anybody's watching YouTube or anything. A good attorney, the wrath from a good attorney, you'll feel more than anything if you commit slander on YouTube. So people just
I think the
need to,
worst wrath is karma. That's what I think.
well, the wrath of a good attorney, you'll feel it. So people just need to lay low and just wait for more evidence to come out and then do the judging, but there's no need for anyone to make an assumption right now because we need the video footage.
Yeah, there's absolutely still more questions than answers at this point. So we're still going to keep digging. That's all we can do.
Yeah. So the fact that the Stripperdin show kind of
threw a wrench in the situation.
Yeah, but it speaks something to me, though. It speaks something to me that she didn't come. It really does. Like her hands aren't clean in this.
No.
I'm not getting over the $250 even number either. I'm not getting over that either. It's like there's just too much that's unanswered here. So
Well,
I'm
her name is in the report.
Yeah,
I
Remember that.
redacted it as much as I could. I hope I did.
And then
No. I'm saying for legal purposes.
Oh, for
Yes.
Stephen. Yeah, Stephen can talk to her.
Stephen, her
Yeah.
name is in the report and her phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll subpoena her and
Yep.
put her through a deposition.
There
if
you
that
go.
needs to happen.
Yeah.
And there you go. When you lie, I'm sorry, if she's lying, and she lied on a police report and accused two women and identified them as
Right.
the people that stole her money, that's what you do when you lie.
And
Mhm.
she's young. You
happened.
said she's young, right?
She is.
Yeah.
She sounded young.
She did sound young to me.
Wow.
And ultimately, like, I understand, like, why is this still a big deal? But Tiffany still has this on her record. I would want to fight this to get off my record.
Yeah.
I would. Like, I get it. I get her wanting to pursue this, until it's a legit dead end and we can't do anything else. Like, if there's a chance to get this removed from her record, then we should try.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, thank
I
you.
would
and I
not give
appreciate
up.
it.
I would
You're
fight
welcome.
it and fight it.
Someone just asked, someone just mentioned in the chat, can you, even get cases reopened? Yeah, you absolutely can get a case
Yes.
reopened, even if it's criminal. It wouldn't be civil. It's not civil. This is criminal.
Criminal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it would definitely, a criminal attorney can get a criminal case reopened and investigated if it had been, if someone is falsely accused of a crime and they're, in a position where, they tell them you need to plead no contest. Absolutely.
Mhm.
She was innocent.
Right.
Yeah. Because then they interfered in my making money, my living.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
charge is definitely not a good charge. So
Right. We don't want that on your record if we can get it
not
off.
if you plan on working for
Yeah.
the government. Oh
It's
no.
not even on my record. It's on my YouTube. It pops up in Google like
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this girl works for the government. You can't have a theft charge working for the government.
Yeah, you're
No.
right.
Period.
Especially the unit that I work for. So yeah.
Right. So she needs to have it removed, expunged, and an expunge that's a couple of grand.
Right.
Ugh.
But it's worth it. I mean, to me, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth it too. I
So
would.
we'll
pay
see
that
if
to get it off my
Stephen can do that as well.
Pardon?
We'll see if Stephen can do that as well. We'll see what he'll charge you or whatever if you want to get it expunged.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
I'm signing
Stephen.
off. Thank you.
All
guys.
right.
All right, everybody. Yeah.
Good
Thank you,
night.
everybody. Thank you,
All
guys.
Good
Thank
night.
you everyone for coming up. Thank you everyone in chat for being as respectful as you possibly could. I get it. This is the internet, and people are entitled to freedom of speech. And sometimes it does feel insulting to people when you're talking about them. But I think for the most part, I think this was a great panel. I think we got a lot accomplished. I think there was resolution. As far as the case, that is still pending. We will keep people up to date on what happens there. I will put Tiffany in touch with Stephen, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
So now, Wendy, are we going to do a ladies' night tomorrow night?
I can't. I forgot. I have an appointment at 3 and I won't be home in time to do ladies' night. I might be home like around 6 if you guys want to do like a 9 o'clock ladies' night, like a late one. I could probably try to do that.
No, we could do that. I mean, I'm just asking because if you,
Yeah.
if
I
you
forgot that I had an appointment. I can't miss it. So, but if you want to start without me and then I'll join when I get here. If you guys really want to do that, I'll be happy to do that.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. If
Play it by ear.
if we can do a ladies' night, we'll do a ladies' night. We'll just do it later than 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So that when he gets home, but we'll decide if we're going to do it or not. But again, everyone, thank you so much for coming, and to all the mods, thank you, and to anyone who I can't remember who gave a super chat, but thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
And we'll either see you tomorrow night or we will see you next week.
All right. Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Tiffany.
Good night.
Good night, Diane.
Good night.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night. Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.